mean, when are they doing it? I was just curious.
In 3 minutes.
Okay.
You didn't look at your sheet.
I've looked at it 100 times, Mr. Walks.
You got us covered.
Well, there's chicken on my sheet. Oh yeah, chicken first.
I don't know if he's had this. I have all I'm gonna have. One more?
No.
So it's all urine, PP.
Wish I could eat some, but I believe I'm done for the day.
I turned the volume down away from your mic because it's
Scott Allen,
so it's got a big
great.
Just change the person. I don't know how loud it needs to be.
Please direct your attention to midfield for a special presentation. The Illinois High School Association is proud to honor media members in Illinois who have devoted their careers to covering high school sports. We are honored to recognize an IHSA Distinguished Media Service Award recipient here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the voice of Golden Aces athletics for nearly half a century, Scott McCallum. Scott McCallum, or Scott Allen, as he is better known to those who have enjoyed his broadcast on the radio through the years, came to Wabash County by way of his native Peoria in 1979 and has made an indelible mark on the community and Mount Carmel athletics ever since. He has worked tirelessly to promote Golden Aces athletics throughout his time working at Mount Carmel radio stations, WYER and WYNG, and is celebrating his 50th season on the mic this fall, 46 of those as the voice of the Golden Aces. Earlier this year, Scott announced that he is retiring at the end of this football season. Few individuals have done the job better or longer than Scott, and even fewer have such a strong singular connection to a school and community as Scott does to Mount Carmel. The IHSA would like to thank Scott on behalf of all the schools, student athletes, coaches, and fans who have benefited from his coverage through the years. Scott will now be presented with his award by representatives of Mount Carmel High School. We now invite Scott to share a few words on this honor.
Well, thank you very much. First, I would like to thank Matt Troha and the Illinois High School Association for this memorable award. As you get older and you begin to reflect on your career and your life, you appreciate these accolades that come your way. When I moved from Charleston to Mount Carmel in 1979, I thought it would be like every other radio guy. I would spend a few years here, hone my craft, and move on to the next market. But something happened. I fell in love with this town. And I am still in love with it. I may be from Peoria, but it is my adopted hometown. And I got to tell you, we have been through a lot together, haven't we, Aces fans? Think of all the big athletic events we've had the pleasure to cover together. From the state championship in '81 to 3 or 4 more playoff state championship appearances. And how about basketball, boys and girls, and baseball state finals as well. And that's just Mount Carmel. Across town, we have Wabash Valley College, one of the top junior college athletic programs in the country. We must have been to 20 national basketball tournaments by now over the years between the men and women. Just did the national championship baseball game a couple of years ago. So I can't tell you how blessed I have been to land in this town at this time. Now, in closing, I want to say thank you to all the staff, administrators, and especially coaches at Mount Carmel High School that I've had the pleasure of dealing with over the many years. I've lost track. And I'd like to thank WSJD. I had the pleasure of working at Wabash Valley College the last 7 years before I retired from full-time work, and that was an enjoyable experience as well, too. So a little numerical fact as we close here. When you think about all the playoff games that you've seen I've done together, I've done well over 100 playoff games, thanks to this glorious program that the Golden Aces have put together. So that's about 12 years of regular season football. So in other words, I've managed to cram 62 years of football into 50 years. And you didn't think I looked that old, did you? Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's an honor. I love you guys. Enjoy the homecoming game, and go Aces!
Oh, no. It's the IHSA, the guy in the dark blue shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bald guy,
Yeah.
Matt Trohon.
Seemed like a rather nice fellow for the IHSA.
Well, when they're not hiding behind.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
At First National Bank of Allendale, we know that winning starts with the right support on and off the playing field. That's why our local lenders make tailored, local decisions so you can score big on your goals. With branches across your community, we're here to help with everything from home loans to business growth. Because when it comes to your future, local lending is a true team effort. First National Bank of Allendale. Local lenders, local decisions.
Lease your new 2024 Hornet at Steve Faulkner Automotive before the end of the month. Now is your best deal. Lease the 2024 Hornet for 2 years, 10,000 miles per year for only $19.39 a month. See Steve Faulkner Auto for details today. Drive into fall with Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler for as low as $292 a month and a 2025 Ram 1500 with 1.9% financing for 72 months. Come in today or go to stevefaulknerautomotive.com.
Are you ready for flu season? The Wabash County Health Department is proud to once again offer our drive-through flu shot clinic. Wednesday, October the 1st, from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Mount Carmel Public Utility Garage, located at 410 South Mulberry Street in Mount Carmel. For more information, or if you have questions, call the Wabash County Health Department at 618-263-3873. It's the drive-through flu shot clinic, Wednesday, October 1st.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Welcome back here to Riverview Stadium. Kyle Peach here with you, along with the latest inductee of the IHSA's Outstanding Media Award winner, the Hall of Fame voice of the Golden Aces, Scott Allen, and partner. Good speech out there tonight.
Well, hey, thank you very much. That's the first time I've spoken in public at this complex, and everything is different when you speak live with the system the way it is. And man, I couldn't handle the slab back. Hopefully at my advanced stage I figured it out quick enough, but no, I meant it from the bottom of my heart. I love everybody here, and it's been just a great ride. And as true as we are such a sports town, an incredible, we play well over our weight in terms of our sports history here between the college and the high school. And so it's just been a blast to go all over the country and go all these places and get to call games. That's what I wanted to do since I was a little kid. I guess I didn't mention that, but I was the kid with the transistor radio under his pillow, and this is, everybody, when you play backyard basketball, there's always that kid. Somebody in the group's going to be the play-by-play announcer. It's a last shot, blah, blah. I just stayed with it. I just got to do it my whole life and got paid for it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I love about it.
And when you talk about that reverb or kickback, what people don't understand sometimes is when you're down there, you say the words, and then about 5 seconds later, you hear what you said come over the PA system. It's hard to talk through, and you did it, and you did it off the cuff. I thought you were going to have something prepared, and you're, of course, the best, and so good to go there. As the Aces are taking the field here, it's time for us to design a winning game plan. Presented by ADG Architecture and Design Group at 512 Market Street. The next time you need design work done, contact ADG, a longtime Golden Aces football supporter and partner. We talked about it. This has all the makings of what might be a trap game for this Aces team. This Paris team's pretty good.
Yeah, so we hear a lot about how much Paris likes to run. They are a toe-to-toe football team. 164 plays they've run this year on offense, and they have rushed the ball 138 times. All but 26 times. That's just an incredible figure. So one thing is we got to stay alert in the box. We got to stay focused on the box. And if they're going to run that many rushing plays against us, it's going to be a tough challenge with a lot of these kids going two ways. We have to stay focused and stay on top of it in the box. And so that's going to be one plan. We've got to stop. We've got to force them to throw the football and then take our chances. I like the way our DBs have played the last couple weeks, playing a little better. And so Newton, that's all he wanted to do was throw the ball. And we held her on. So hopefully a Paris team that doesn't really want to throw and they have to throw, hopefully we can fare well tonight there too.
Yeah, no doubt. And so, obviously be able to take away what Paris wants to do, which is apparently run the football. But that's something we've defended pretty well the last few weeks with, what was it, a total of 70-some yards in 3 weeks allowed rushing. That's incredible for this Aces defense. But also be ready for the trick plays. We've seen a couple of times where Paris throughout this season has done things like a double handoff and things of that nature. So we've got to be careful for things like that along the way. As we take a look at some of the starting lineups presented by the White Family Trust in memory of Sports Boosters co-founder H.D. White and his wife Helen, we'll talk about some of the principal backs here for Paris, and there are a lot of names. You're going to think we just talked about this a year ago. Well, most of these teams, most of these people are who we talked about a year ago. Their quarterback is Braden Rogers, 14 of 18 through the air. He's rushed a few times. Carter Krippus is a running back who has carried the ball 49 times for 452 yards, their leading rusher. He's also caught a couple passes. Garrett Rigdon, number 6, is a guy that's kind of multifaceted. He's run the ball 7 times. He's caught a pass. And Dawson Rogers is another guy to watch. So watch all things Rogers. Dawson wears the 11. He is the second leading rusher for this team, 343 yards in 35 carries. The leading receivers, Dawson Rogers, who we just mentioned, and Carrick Vitale, who's caught 3 passes, including a touchdown pass for 68 yards. And you've got the Mount Carmel starters.
Yeah, let's meet the Mount Carmel starting lineups tonight. On offense, we'll start at center. It is junior Aiden Reynolds. The guards tonight are senior Braden Mason, who we had as a featured player of the week interview earlier. And alongside, on the other side at guard, is Xander Warnken, a sophomore. Now your tackles, sophomore Brock Schilb and senior Will Freeland. At tight end tonight is Jack Webb, a senior. Wideouts are senior Rhett Andrews and junior Shane Metter. Running backs are the big boy Jackson Kling, a junior, and senior Elliot Akery, who is getting close to the 2,000-yard career mark. And the sophomore quarterback is River Dasher, and he is looking better and better on the ground too. Now quickly, defense on the outside, a defensive end, it is senior Braden Mason and junior Jackson Kling. Now your tackles on the inside, it's number 4, Jack Webb, a senior, and junior Aiden Reynolds. Now your backers, we have 3 of them tonight on the outside. It's Eki Militoni. Inside backers are Owen Blake and Elliot Akery. On the corners tonight, junior Cole Carmichael and sophomore Chase Wiggins. And on the back end, it's safeties Junior Zadok Fulop and Junior Shane Metter. And that's your starting lineup for the Golden Aces, and we are about ready for the kick.
We are. The opening kickoff of the game brought to you by Corwin Printing. Discover the quality difference a professional printer can make. I'm going to assume that Paris won the toss and deferred to the second half. We were a mite bit busy down there, so we think that is the case here. But Paris will kick. Mount Carmel will receive. That means Paris will get the ball to start the second half.
Well, we finally, I guess, for the first time in about 3 weeks. Well, no, this is the third week in a row that we're going to take the ball, isn't it? We keep losing that coin toss, I guess, is what we're going to assume. And there's the kick. It is short. It goes out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. And that's the way the game starts.
Starts with a penalty flag on the play for a kick out of bounds. We'll see. It looks like the Aces will take the football where it is, and so that is how this one gets underway.
So Mount Carmel will have the football first. The Aces in their retro jerseys, the almost replicas of the 1981 state championship jersey, with the exception of the helmet. Doesn't have that Diamond Jubilee, that 100 logo on there, whatever that was that we had in 81. But same jersey, the maroon tops, the Vegas gold pants, and even not Vegas gold either. It was a little different gold back then.
So look at this. We are going to make them re-kick.
Oh, okay.
So that's the change in strategy there with the kick out of bounds. So we'll back them up 5 yards. What I'm trying to tell, Scott, is from time to time when we get to this week of the season, they put the little Aces script on the gold helmet, and I can't tell from this vantage point if it's on there or not.
It is on there.
There you go. So that is the little added benefit.
And Paris kicking off from left to right. There's the boot. And it's a little bit deeper, taking it around the 22-yard line, 25-30, 35-40, almost a hole up the middle. Still a nice return out to the 43-yard line. And that on the return is Cole Carmichael. And that's where Mount Carmel takes over. Good spot at the 42-yard line.
Takes it from the 20 to the 42, so that's a return of 22 yards on the kick.
Aces go from right to left here. River Dasher, the quarterback, as we talked about briefly there, he's showing so much more promise as a runner as well. That's a good thing to have. Aces send out two receivers to the left. Wide out to the right side. Metter's the slot man to the left side. One setback. That's Militoni, and he gets the call sliding to the right side. And he's dropped it around the 45, short gain.
Yeah, not a lot there that time for the Aces.
Nope,
big
that was
running
Acre
back.
on the carry.
Was it Acre? Yep. And he got a couple of yards.
He must be juiced up for homecoming. Looked like he had Militoni speed out of that gate.
There you go. He heard us talking about how he was the big bruising back and Militoni was the quick back, and he says, I can run quick
Elliott's
too.
going, I got a little more finesse in me. Second down and 7, line of scrimmage the 45-yard line. Aces send a wide out in the slot to the left side, a wing off to the right side. In fact, two receivers lined up at wing left, and now the handoff. He dropped the ball.
Did the ball come out?
Loose.
It did.
Paris may have it.
They do.
And the Tigers recover the football, fumbled away. And I think somebody reached in there and got their mitts on that ball. I think they got it away from.
Was it Metter?
It might have been.
Well, who did you have? You may be more right than I am.
I wasn't sure. I thought it was. No, yeah, it had to be because I saw Red Andrews walking away and he didn't take that. So. Paris takes over. Great start at the Mount Carmel 46-yard line. Play just underway. We played less than a minute.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time, and Paris gets the football, and again, Mount Carmel runs 2 plays. That's it.
Look at how tight everybody is. And they got Mount Carmel to jump, perhaps. That's what they're going to call.
Things bouncing Paris's way right now. We do have the official mic'd up tonight, I do believe. We'll take a listen here. Perhaps. Well, no talk. It is offsides. The official mic didn't come on that time, but it is offsides against the Aces. Encroachment.
So the Tigers having a look how tight they're pulled in. There's nobody more than 3 yards deep. The
toe
center,
to toe, huh?
Yep, it's toe to toe up front, and there's a handoff. Ball carrier counters back to the right side, pushing hard. And now Mount Carmel regroups and repels with the forward progress. Will take him inside the 40 to the 38-yard line near the first down marker. Because it was 1st and 5, of course.
Carter Krippus, number 3, was the ball carrier that time and got a couple, as you said. So 2nd and 5 becomes 2nd and 2. Give him 3. 2nd down and short in Aces territory after that fumble for the Tiger offense.
Couple of wings both ways. Everybody's pulled in. The quarterback is under center, and the running back is right behind him. So we are talking toe-to-toe like Mount Vernon, Indiana used to run. All right, QB sets it down. 3 running backs to choose from, really, those 2 wings. 1 man in motion, that's Rogers. Quarterback falls down, gets it off to Rogers. He powers his way for the first down to about the 35-yard line. Almost a muffed play there. By the time Braden Rogers kind of stumbled out of the gate, still got it off. And Dawson took it from there. Dawson Rogers for the first down.
I'm wondering, Scott, if on that play that the Aces didn't somehow get to the legs of the quarterback.
That could be.
And bring him down on that short pickup. But nonetheless, it'll be a 1st and 10. Move the chains for the Tigers, setting it up now at the 34-yard line.
So we're underway. Homecoming 2025. Aces have coughed up the football. Paris has it now. They have 1 new set of downs. Let's see what they do here. They set it down 1st and 10, and they're going to throw the football now, and they fire downfield, and the pass is tipped around and caught.
No, it's dropped.
No, incomplete at the 5-yard line. Oh, man, everybody was waiting around to see if he'd hang on to it or even corral it. That was Dawson Rogers out there.
It's one of those passes, Scott, that I think he had his mitts on and just couldn't haul in as he went to the turf. Dawson Rogers, the junior from the senior Braden Rogers, couldn't haul it in. That would have been an and goal situation if he hauled that in. Instead, 2nd down and 10 here.
So they've already thrown the football once tonight. Again, they've only thrown it 26 times all year through 4 games. Paris 3-1 on the year.
Play clock's down to 5. Paris just breaking the huddle. They're not going to get this play off.
They think they're going to, and they got the snap off in time. Nope, they got flagged.
Timeout.
Okay.
Timeout,
okay.
Paris. Paris takes 1.
Well, that's our first break of the game then. We'll take it. The timeout's brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. 9:54 to go, first period. No score, back in 30.
Introducing the Student Plus account from First National Bank, a free checking account designed for students and parents alike. With Student Plus, parents stay in control with real-time alerts and spending limits, while students learn to manage money safely and independently. Instant transfers, lost card protection, and customizable features make banking simple for the whole family. Getting started is easy. Just visit any First National Bank of Allendale branch with your student, set up mobile banking, and choose the features that work best for you. Student Plus accounts with First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
All right, we're back at the stadium. Nice crowd on hand here tonight for homecoming. Of course, always a Dodger crowd at homecoming night because we got so many tailgaters, an extra large group of them. They have to make their way over here too. Well, a lot's happened already.
Yeah, no doubt. Feels like it, doesn't it?
We got the kickoff. We've lost the ball. Paris has it. They've got a first down, working on more, and it's 2nd down now.
This may be the largest home crowd of the year I've seen at Riverview Stadium. Just a packed house tonight. Good crowd for homecoming night.
Line of scrimmage, the Mount Carmel 34-yard line. Everybody's pulled in tight. Sets the club down, sends a man in motion. Now quarterback back, wants to throw. Fires over the middle, looking for the end zone on the post pattern. Tipped around, incomplete. At about the 5-yard line, it'll be 3rd down.
Good job by the Aces getting our paws on it, knocking it away before the receiver had a chance to haul it in. Chase Wiggins providing the pressure. Braden Rogers 0 for 2 as Paris has gone exclusive to the air in the last 2 plays. No yards to show for it, 3rd and 10.
Earlier in the year, we would hold our breath when the ball would go up in the air, but the Aces have started to get a little better back there in the defensive backfield, and that was more the throw than anything.
Yeah, no doubt. I think they're trying to go, if you're a team that doesn't throw it, you don't need to go that long.
Now 3rd down. Quarterback in the shotgun down, hands it off. Ball carrier stumbles to the right side, tripped up and dropped. And that was Sam Strockbein on the tackle at around the 32. Carter Krippus on the stop. There we go. Bob Bowser gave that name on the air and gets a little Bronx cheer. Oh, not a Bronx cheer, a real cheer from everybody because it's good to hear Sam Strockbein's name again.
Yeah, but a good play by Sam to bring it down. Krippus only gets 2 yards, so it's 4th and 8, and Paris will go for it from here at the 32-yard line.
Now they will leave the quarterback back in the shotgun. Has a double wing, 1 set back ahead of him. Calls the signals, gets the snap, by himself back there, wants to throw. Rush, dumps it out short underneath, and the pass is incomplete over the middle. And Mount Carmel will take over on downs. That's okay, though, because look where we're starting. We're relatively deep at the 33, but a turnover. Mount Carmel held its own, and now the Aces get the football, and how can we hang on to it a little bit?
Yeah, we only got 2 plays off on our opening drive, fumbling it on the 2nd play on offense, so Dodging a bullet there, the defense stops Paris in their tracks. Ultimately, after the takeover and a 5-yard penalty, the Paris offense could only get 8 yards of forward progress. So not a lot of movement of the football in this one, but Mount Carmel's offense back out there looking to put a nice sustaining drive together with 9:03 left in the opening quarter.
All right, Red Andrews and Shane Metter go wide left. Metter's the slot man. And the quarterback is in the shotgun. River Dasher set back to his left. And there's a handoff. This time it's Militoni trying to get back to the middle. Gets a little gain, not much, to around the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, second down.
Yeah, good pickup by Militoni, maybe four on his first carry. Yep. Yeah. So 4-yard pickup there. The largest play from scrimmage. It's early. But let's see if the Aces can continue to march it down the field here. No signs of throwing the football yet for the Aces tonight.
So same look, slot to the left side. Now Kling slides H-back right back towards the middle, and there's the snap. And again, Militoni gets the call, slides inside of that Kling block, and gets to around. It's close to the marker, but not quite. To the 41, it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, good carry. You see the finesse footwork of Militoni kind of dancing his way through the defense of Paris. Leaves him about 2 yards short on the play. So another 4-yard gain for Militoni. Leaves the Aces with some work. 3rd and 2 here.
All right. Again, same look. It's Andrews, Militoni the slot. That's to the this side of the field, the short side, and there's a handoff. Acree slides. Oh, he's leg tackled. He's going to have the hard push to get to the marker. Did not, and it'll be 4th down. Good tackle by Paris. A leg tackle, and Acree could not get out of that cement.
He maybe got 1 yard of forward progress and an early decision for Michael Brewer. It will be a 4th and 1, and here comes, I think, what we would call the heavy package in off the sideline for the Aces, trying to muscle their way through. As this is a big decision here. Paris is dropping men deep, but I don't think we're punting. I think we're going for it. And here comes Paris's deep men back into the play.
And the Aces line it up in that long, tall I. And there's the deep back, gets the call. He's got the first down, and then Stem still powering across midfield.
Oh, my!
Tigers with him all the way down to the 43-yard line. How about that for a first down?
Needed 1, got 16. 41, Jackson Kling carrying defenders with him all the way into Tiger territory. What a run.
He had Edgar County on his back, and he still got all the way inside the 40-yard line. First down, and 1st and 10 pins. Bowling alley first down for the Aces.
Brings up the play all the way up to the 43 of the Tigers now. What a run by Jackson Kling.
Now Shane Metter checks out wide to the left side. Aces send a slot and a wide out to the right side.
Oh, my.
High snap over Dasher's head, rolls him all the way back to the 40. He falls down on it back at the 37. Might have had time to pick it up, but when you're running for your life to get that football, you don't have time to look around behind your shoulder. He didn't see that he had a little opening, so he just dove on the football. Wise move back at the 37, but now it's 2nd and a long way.
Yeah, you would have liked for somebody on the sideline or a teammate to be saying, pick it up, scoop it up, scoop it up, pick it up, and throw it. Instead, it goes as a huge loss. Let's see. That would be forever back there. 10, 15, 17 yards.
Yeah.
So they're going to say 2nd and 27, I think, here.
Now the Aces come out of the trips package to the left side, first time yet for tonight, and Dasher's going to dump it off to the right side instead, and receiver goes nowhere. That little dump pass went for a loss. It was caught over on the flats, but that was it. Paris rose to the occasion there. Now it's 3rd and even longer back at the 36.
Yeah, Militoni makes the catch over there, but couldn't get anywhere, and we're going the wrong direction, my partner. That's a loss of 1 on the play. So call it 3rd and forever. I'm saying 3rd and 31 on the board here.
5:32 to go. First quarter, no score. Well, let's don't take a look at the stat sheet yet.
It's not good.
No.
I'll tell you that. We
Well,
lost 20 yards on that over snap there.
And we didn't have much on the last drive because he fumbled it away. All right, the Aces send receivers both directions in the shotgun. There's Dasher's going to throw a slant left that's caught. But then he's drilled. The receiver is at the 45-yard line. Big solid hit after the catch by Metter. And now it is still a long way to go for the Aces.
Yeah, I think this will be the time we will punt the football away. It's still going to be a 4th and 22 after a pickup of about 8 yards on the pass play. So got what we could get there.
And we sent Chase Wiggins back. Paris drops 2 men back inside their 30-yard line. Punt formation for the Aces. There's the
Fake, or ball,
fake,
bad
and it
snap.
didn't work. And it's bouncing on the ground. And Wiggins, did he end up falling on him? Maybe
Yep,
one of the
he did.
Okay, so that didn't go our way. And Paris has the football again in great shape at the Mount Carmel 41-yard line.
It'd be interesting to see what's going on at the center spot with a couple of bad snaps. This one on the punt goes for a loss of 2, I believe, and so Paris will get the football after the second bad snap of the drive. Takes the Aces out of the equation there. 1st and 10 Paris, setting up in Mount Carmel territory at the 41-yard line.
You know, if you're the Paris Tigers, you've been given one gift and did not capitalize on it. Now you've got another. How many gifts are you going to get tonight?
Right.
They really have to take advantage here. Let's see if they do.
2 drives, 2 turnovers by the Aces.
Quarterback has dropped back to the shotgun, has a setback to his left, too. And there is the handoff. That is Carter Krippus' sweep to the right side. He's met by the Aces and knocked down around the 35-yard line.
Zadok Fulop makes the stop for the Aces, but not before Krippus gets the largest gain of the night for Paris. He gets about 7 out of that. And it'll be a 2nd and 3 up at the 34 for Paris as Krippus now at 12 yards on 3 carries. Scott, between these two teams, there have been a total of 27 yards of offense, and we've played, well, we're down to 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Now they're back to toe-to-toe, and one man in motion, and he's going to get the pitch. Now instead, he comes back inside. That's Dawson Rogers. Took the pitch and dove back towards the line into the middle and didn't get much to the 36. In fact, took a loss on the play, 3rd down.
Yeah, Jack Webb did a good play right there. Stood up and broke that play up in the backfield. And what was a 2nd and 3 becomes a 3rd and 5, so a loss of 3 on that play. And Tigers are the ones going backwards now, 3rd and 5. They're in 4-down territory here, though, in Mount Carmel territory at the 36.
So let's see what they do now. Tigers go left to right as visualized. They spent all their game and our end of the field so far. Now back in the shotgun, quarterback is going to hand it off. Here's Dawson trying to sweep it outside, cuts it up now. Another short gain, but it'll be 4th down at the 35. 4th and go from here, of course, for the Tigers.
And how about Owen Blake stepping up there, the junior, 6'2", 185. Stops that play before it gets going. No gain on the play. And now the Tigers are they going to punt this football? I think they are. Maddox Hutchings is out there, the junior.
Oh, they were going to try to pin us deep, huh?
Punt formation, and Mount Carmel is starting now to drop someone back deep.
Yeah. Looks like Shane Metter back at around his own 10 for now, so they're going to punt it. Line of scrimmage is the Mount Carmel 35, and there's the snap and the kick. He takes something off of that kick.
Get in the end zone.
And will it bounce in? And
no.
Paris is going to down it, I think, at the 1.
They did.
They did.
Textbook.
Wow. Beautiful kick. He took a little bit off. You could just see him trying to hold up a little bit on that kick. He could have gone a lot further with it. And then it just hit perfectly at about the 3. It did not bounce into the end zone, and the Tigers downed it. How about this for a start?
Let's go 99 yards for the first score of this game. By the way, that's an Aces quick stop as we force Paris to go 3 and out. It's presented by Quick Stop Tire and Lube, 263-3786.
So we have 2:24 to go, first period. Mount Carmel hasn't taken very good care of the football in terms of results or plays yet, and now we're back at the 1 where we cannot make any mistake.
Yeah, we can't snap the ball over the quarterback's head here. That will go out of the end zone and we'll be behind in this game.
All right, just about everybody. Well, it will be at least a part of your foot is in the end zone.
This looks like the heavy package is back out there again, Scott. I think, well, maybe not. Let's see.
Dasher is 4 yards deep in the end zone as he takes a snap of the shotgun. He wants to throw out of the end zone and does, and his pass is caught by Metter. A little breathing room. He breaks free, gets a first down before he's finally brought down and around the 20-yard line. How about that?
Well, that's one way to get your back out of the back of the end zone as River Dasher connects with Shane Metter, who almost broke that loose. It was one-on-one coverage out there. Best play of the night on offense. It goes for 20 yards and a 1st and 10 Penn's Bowling Center first down.
And
yeah,
breathing
no
room.
kidding.
All right, line of scrimmage now the 21-yard line. And here in the shotgun is Dasher. This time he hands off. Ball carrier slides right, met by a stiff Paris defense and dropped right away after a very, very little gain. That was Elliot Acree.
It seems like Paris is really keying on Acree. They know that he is the principal running back and gets 2 yards that time. So Acree's 3 carries have netted a total of 5 yards tonight. That's it. when you're a team that runs the football a lot like Paris, you know how to defend it, apparently.
Paris is a high-scoring team when they can cut loose. It looks like it's going to be a slog tonight for both these teams, doesn't it?
It does.
And there is Metter trying to do the jet sweep on it, get to the outside of the right, and he gets near the marker at the 30. Did he get enough?
It looks like it.
Oh, you think so? Okay,
I think so.
Move the chains. Another 1st and 10, Penn's Bowling Center, first down.
I think he knew right where to get to, did Metter. Give him 8 on the carry, move the chains, first down. And now the Aces, again, you're just hoping that the offense can, first of all, give the defense some rest and also continue to march and avoid any mistakes here, which we haven't yet done tonight on a drive.
1:22 to go, first period. Aces send 2 receivers out to the left side. And here's Akery countering back to the right side, got the handoff and shakes one tackle. Plows forward to around the 42. Nice run right near the marker, so a big chunk on first down.
Looks like he got 9, got near the marker, and it will be 2nd and short, just short for Akery, his best run of the night. Aces are churning down to a minute to go already in the first quarter.
2nd and less than 1 for the Aces now. No score in this ball game. Been a lot of defense, been a few mistakes so far. Really on both sides of the football. And Paris now was given 2 gifts and didn't score neither one of them. And here now is Akery coming back to the right side. Oh, nice shake of a tackle. I thought he might get brought down for a loss. Instead, he turns that into a first down and then some all the way to the 49.
7-yard gain for Akery, moves the chains. 1st and 10, Penn's Bowling Center, first down right to midfield.
Well, we knew this was going to be a quick ball game because both these teams like to run, but this first period has flown by.
This could be the last play of the first quarter already.
Down to 27 seconds left. New set of downs. Aces at their own 49-yard line. Well, really, the nose of the football is right at the 50. And will we go? We have to take a snap.
Yeah, we do have about 3-second difference here.
All right, Aces send 2 receivers to the left, 1 man in motion, Metter. And now, keeping the ball is River Dasher. Gets to the edge and then some. Galloping to the 45, down to the 40, pushed out of bounds. At around the 36-yard line, that's a first down run of 14 yards for River Dasher. And that's the way. Nope, we stop it with 1 second to go, but that'll be the last play.
There you go.
Well, he went out of bounds.
He went out of bounds, stops the clock, so we will run one more play as River Dasher did make the first man miss. They had a chance to bring him down in the backfield, but instead, Dasher turns it into a 14-yard gain. Another 1st and 10, Penn's Bowling Center first down into Paris territory for the first time across the 50 on the play. And let's see if the Aces can continue the march. This would be a 99-yard drive.
All right, it's Andrews and Metter, the wideouts to the left side. Klings, the wing back off to the left side. And the shotgunners, Dasher runs again as the horn sounds ending the first half. He's got the nice little chunk to around the 33-yard line. Give him about 3 or 4, and that's the way the first period comes to an end. Let's take a look at that Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. It's an easy one. No score, 0-0 at the end of 1, back in 1 minute.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and it also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
75 years in doing what we do is beyond unusual. Our genesis back in the 40s, doing stabilization and still focusing on that here today is very, very unusual. I'm really proud that we have 75 years in this industry and still focus on getting better every day. That experience has propelled us. We carry it forward. In other words, we haven't lost the experience that was gained early on in the beginnings of the company. And we still have that knowledge base to draw from. And that's what just keeps making us better.
Along with Scott Allen, along with Kyle Peach, I'm Scott Allen. That's what happens. You go through a little award ceremony, you forget your own name. We go to the second quarter here. No score in this ball game. Mount Carmel on the march. They're down to the Paris 33-yard line. It is second down and about 7.
They're introducing all of the Mount Carmel High School Hall of Fame inductees that are here tonight. A lot of things going on homecoming weekend.
It's Dasher in the shotgun. Kling slides to the right, gives it back to, no, he's going to keep it himself, Dasher is. He's going to get dropped for a loss. Thought he was going to hand it off to Militoni, but the sophomore kept it himself and met stiff resistance. at the 35. Maybe took a loss on the play. Third and about 8 or 9 now.
Yeah, lost
second.
Lost at least 2 yards on the play. Dasher still trying to recover from the 20-yard loss on the bad snap for his offensive totals. But again, third and long now for the Aces. Third and about 9 here.
Our thanks to Alex McGinnis working the controls at WSJD downtown studios in Mount Carmel tonight. Thank you, Alex. All right, Dasher in the shotgun. Receivers are split. Pulls it back, now throws out to the edge, and the pass is incomplete out there.
Intended for Metter, but the pass was short, so he just couldn't come up with it.
Who have you got doing video tonight, Kyle?
I got to think about all this. So we got our crew here tonight. We've got, let's see, Noah and Jackson are on the stream. We've got Robert and Hunter on the sideline camera. Up top, we have Hannah and Alex. That's the crew.
All right, big crew tonight for News Channel 15. So it's 4th down at about 8. And back to throws Dasher. Looking long down the left side. He's got a man. Will pin it on him?
Yes!
Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Wow!
A touchdown pass to Shane Metter. Covering 35 yards, and the Aces are on the board.
How about that? On 4th and 9, go for broke, go to the end zone and hook up. The best play of the night from Mount Carmel goes for 6, a 35-yard touchdown. That's our first touchdown of the night. Punched across by the Aces, brought to you by Full Stadium Marketing, local marketing services to help your business win the crowd.
And now the Mabry Auto Body point after attempt. 214 Market. And to do the kicking is Wiggins. Here comes a snap, ball down, the kick away. And it's good. Well, the Aces finally worked down the field. Once they held on to the football, a 99-yard drive, a 35-yard touchdown pass finds the end zone, and Mount Carmel finds itself in the lead. Let's take a look at the Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. 11:14 to go, second quarter. Aces lead 7-0, back in 30.
Meet the dentists at Comprehensive Dental Care of Mount Carmel. Dr. Bryce Miller has proudly served the residents of his hometown for over a decade, bringing advanced training in the field of implant and cosmetic dentistry to the local community. And Dr. David Miller has been practicing now for 40 years. In that time, his goal has remained the same: to provide patients with high-quality care tailored to their health and well-being. Let our team at Comprehensive Dental Care put our quality, compassionate care to work for you. Give us a call today.
Mount Carmel has the lead here on a 35-yard touchdown pass from the new quarterback to the former quarterback, Dasher to Metter. I wanted to choose my words carefully there on that. And the Aces have the lead.
Of course, Metter quarterback last year, taking over those duties. River Dasher, the sophomore, and they connect 35 yards, capping that 99-yard drive.
And there's the kick, taken deep by Hutchings. And he's got a little running room across the 35-40 and to the 45 before he's finally brought down.
Good little return by Eli Blair, I believe.
Nope. Okay, Blair took it, huh? And so the Tigers have something going now. Nice position. Line of scrimmage, the 44, but here's the situation. They've been given 2 gifts tonight, and they have not capitalized on either opportunity. In fact, they punted the ball away on the second one.
Yeah, 2 gifts and only 12 yards of total offense in those 2 gift drives, starting in pretty good shape. Paris not able to take advantage. Can the defense continue to keep up?
They do put the quarterback back in the shotgun, and Kreppus tried to do an inside shuffle, and the pass, well, it was fumbled around for a moment, but Hoop finally controlled it in there.
It was Braden Rogers, the quarterback.
Dawson, yeah.
Or Dawson Rogers.
Ended up with it. I guess that was a kind of a touch-push pass from Kreppus to Dawson Rogers.
Well, I think maybe it was that double handoff we talked about.
That was a shaky one, though.
Yeah, for sure. It didn't look clean. No gain on all of that, if that was the case. Still second down and 10 after all of that.
Line of scrimmage, the 44-yard line. Tigers running toe-to-toe. And they do so right now. Wings both ways. And here is the handoff inside. Countering back to the right side. Not much there for Carter Kreppus. Gets 2 to about the 46-yard line.
Again, Kreppus just trying to go over that far side, and the Aces defense snuffing out that play. Gain of a long 2 on that one. And another 3rd and long for this Paris offense. Will this be a time we see them go to the air? We'll find out.
Aces fans on the road next week at Olney. How about that for a challenge? And then we're back here in 2 weeks for Casey, so it's the big two the next 2 weeks. And don't sleep on Marshall. That's week 8.
No doubt.
Here we are in week 5. It's third down for the Tigers, and there is the quarterback back to throw. Dumps it out to the edge left side. The pass is caught, but an immediate hit and loss on the play on the reception.
87, Brody Bishop, the senior, made the catch. And 31, Zadok Fulla blows it up for a loss. It'll be 4th and 10, maybe 4th and 9 after that completion, and Paris will give up the football.
Well, the Tigers haven't been able to do much. Well, we knew the line play from Mount Carmel is getting a little better. They've gone 3 straight weeks, not allowing anybody any yardage totals of significance. And they're off to a good start tonight. Here are the Tigers. There's the kick.
High,
and it'll be a fair catch called for at the 24-yard line by Chase. Is that Chase Wiggins over there?
And I think it's Metter. That
Metter caught
jersey kind of crinkling up in the back. Those old jerseys, you know, they weren't meant for broadcasters to see from that far up when they had the little holes in them all the way.
Yeah, these are the same jerseys they used in 1980. Well, not the exact same jerseys, but close enough anyway. The same style that the Aces used in their state championship year.
The yellow gold pants and the golden tops that we have always been used to seeing, the golden helmets, maroon jerseys. Fun to watch.
Aces lead 7-0, second quarter. Mount Carmel now goes left to right on this drive, and they'll start the possession at the 24-yard line. Dasher in the shotgun, wing to the left side, pulls it back from him, keeps it to the south. The sophomore tries to get the edge on the left side. He's got some runner in, first down and then some, across the 40, 45, 50, still pushing hard into Paris territory, all the way to the 47. What a run by River Dasher.
A big 10 Pins Bowling Center first down, all the way to the 49-yard line from the 27.
So 23 yards.
A big first down run.
If not 24. Well, you know, Michael Brewer talked about it on the pregame show. He likes the way River Dasher is running. He's running better and harder. He's just a sophomore. This is just his 5th start. He's starting to get all the elements together now.
Yeah, no doubt. He is becoming the quarterback of the future right before our very eyes here is River Dasher. Just a smart-nosed kid to captain this team from the quarterback spot, and a hard run there for first down.
All right, 2 receivers, a wide out in a slot to the right side, and there's a handoff. There is Elliott Akery trying to power his way, dives again. At least he stepped out of a tackle this time. Paris couldn't hang on. He gets a short gain to the 46, second down.
3 yards on that one, now up to 25 yards on 6 carries for Akery. Second down, call it 7 for Mount Carmel, is, again, continuing to eat more clock, continuing to churn downfield. Hopefully all the mistakes out of the system for Mount Carmel as they look for that 2-score lead here.
Jackson Klings, the wing to the left side. The wide receivers on the right are the same. Now he's kind of an H-back on the move to the right side. Kling on second down. And this time the quarterback will keep and power right side. Leg tackled, falls forward to around the Paris 41-yard line. Third and short now for the Aces.
Give Dasher 5. I think we would go for it on 4th down if we're not able to pick it up here on 3rd. About 2 yards left to get for the Aces here on this play, and already under 8 minutes to go in this second quarter. Have to remember, Paris does get the football to start the second half.
Well, the game started scary enough, if that's the proper term to use. Finally, Mount Carmel put together a 99-yard drive, 35-yard touchdown pass for the end zone, and now they're on the march again. Short side, slot, and a wide out left side. This time Dasher keeps it again, works to the edge that side, has running room and then some. Almost breaks it inside the 20, still on his feet. Down at the 15, down near the 10-yard line.
River Dasher, you know, I can't see his eyes from here, but it looked like his eyes just got great big and he took off. He saw a hole, kept the ball himself, and churned inside the 20 in the Big R Farm and Home red zone for a first down.
31 yards on the play.
Thanks for that.
And first and goal for the Aces now, trying to go 2 scores up. Massey had established Mount Carmel as a 13-point choice in this game. But they weren't so sure. And now Elliott Akery gets the call, also skips out to the edge, now cuts it back to the end zone, and he drives forward inside the 5. Knocking
short
at the door, not close, not quite, inside the 3 at about the 2.
And it looks like we can get a first down without getting a touchdown, so just outside of an and goal situation. It'll be 2nd and 4 now as Dasher, or rather Akery picks up about 6 there.
6:41 to go, second period. Kling H back left. Akery will go that way. Tries to get to the edge now. Tries to dive his way back to the middle, and he's close. Did he make it? Touchdown! Elliot Akery with a touchdown, and the Aces go up 2 scores here on the Tigers in the second period. We'll call it a 3-yard touchdown. Coming with 6:32 to go in the second quarter, and it's 13-0.
Boy, the way this game started, to see Mount Carmel have a 2-score lead, you wouldn't have thought that would be the case. We saw the fumble away on the second play from scrimmage, then a bad snap stopped another drive, and all of a sudden a 99-yard drive, and now again a long drive by the Aces, and a point after away from a 14-0 lead.
It's a Mabry Auto Body Parts first point after try by the Aces, and Dasher will hold. There's the snap, all down, the kick away. A little bit wobbly, but to clear the uprights, and it counts. It's a point, and Mount Carmel has grown the lead. Let's take a look at the Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. Mount Carmel leads Paris 14-0. 6:32 left before halftime, back in 30.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Well, Kyle Peach, if you're the Paris Tigers, something's got to give at this point. They just cannot stay toe-to-toe and run with us as of this early juncture, unless they've got some adjustments up their sleeves.
It's like you wake up on Christmas morning, you've got a couple of gifts under the tree, and then you can't open them. You can't take advantage of them. Paris has run 12 plays for a net 14 yards and have been given a couple of gift possessions by the Aces, and as you said, squandered away. Nothing to show for it.
Tigers are 3-1. They did win both their non-conference games, so that's a saving grace as you look ahead down the schedule, because they've got some of the big weeks to catch too before the season's over. There's a bounder that's covered up just past the 10-yard mark at the 48. Not quite supposed to be an onside kick attempt, but it didn't go very far past the 10, but we were there to cover it, and it's a great start for Mount Carmel now at the 47.
Yeah, the starting tight end, Brody Bishop, 87, falls on it there for Paris, and that's where their drive will start. But for Coach Jeremy Clodfelder, they've got to find a way to move the football, and they haven't been able to do it thus far.
We have 6:31 to go in the second period. Paris has the football.
We got a whole lot of stuff coming up at halftime, too, partner, on the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime report. Matt Troha from the IHSA going to join us in the booth, and we've got the homecoming festivities. Lots to take in here tonight.
There it is, toe-to-toe, man in motion. And there is Carter Krippus countering back to the right side. Spins out of a tackle. This still has running room and may get the first down and then some inside the 40 before he's finally, well, they're going to mark him back at the 41-yard line. Still a first down. Nice run. Best of the night for the Tigers.
Yeah, indeed. The best of the night. You called it. Carter Krippus on his fifth carry pretty much doubles up his yardage right there on the night. Call that about a 12-yard pickup. And a first down for Paris into Aces territory.
Tigers trying to regroup after losing to Alney last week. And Carter Krippus had 148 yards last week for the Tigers. Also had a night of 162. Most of his yards piled up in 2 games. And another almost trip by the quarterback because of the close quarters back there. But the carry by the ball carrier is enough to get a big chunk on that first down.
There was a chance that we see Paris give it to Eli Blair, the sophomore fullback, at 5'9", 195, and he plows forward for 6.
He's a chunk. Second down now. Line of scrimmage will be the 35-yard line. And we're down to 5:50 to go in the first half of play. Mount Carmel leads 14-0. Paris has everybody in. And Mount Carmel just jumped.
And that'll be a first down from a 2nd and 4 to a 1st and 10 after the jump by Mount Carmel.
Yeah, that should be just enough to give them a first down, and they'll move the chains.
Second time we have bit for the hard snap count tonight. Deepest drive of the night for the Paris Tigers, and the 18 yards they've picked up, and now 5 more in the penalty, the most that they've gotten all night long. In fact, more than doubling up their previous total coming into those two plays.
Interesting, the first 2 flags of the night has been on our defensive front, not the offensive front, which we've had some problems with off and on.
5 to get the play off here.
Looks back, gets a play call from the sidelines and hands it off, and he just broke out of a jersey tackle. I think that's Krippus. He may have the first down. He's going to be close.
Just the Aces.
Yep, Carter Krippus.
Not able to wrap him up, and Krippus becoming the workhorse here for Paris, gets 9 on that play. So his last 2 carries have gone for 12 and 9. It was Owen Blake who ultimately stepped up to bring him down, and Carter Krippus, the leading rusher for this ball carrier, averages 9.2 yards per carry and got 9 there. Close to a first down for Paris. They're just outside the red zone.
So now Paris on the march, 2nd down. And the handoff to the sophomore again. He powers forward for the first down inside the 20-yard line. That is Eli Blair on the carry.
Yeah, just needed a yard. Got a little bit more than that. All the way up to the 17, a 4-yard gain for Blair. Paris in the red zone up at the 17. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
So Jeremy Clodfelter and his staff have found something, and they're taking advantage of it. Paris moving the football for the first time tonight. Trying to cut into that Mount Carmel lead. It's 14-0 Aces here on homecoming night.
And what a scoring drive this would potentially be for Paris, a chance to make it a 1-score game. And remember, they get the ball to start the second half.
Well, Braden Rogers got the play in late. Will they get the snap off? They do just in time with 1 left. And there's a counter. Nice little run by the ball carrier inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line.
That was Krippus again taking it to the 12, a 5-yard gain. 2nd down, about 5 to get for the Tigers, and they're continuing to eat more clock. They don't really want Mount Carmel to get the ball back. They want to score and take as much time off the clock doing that as they can.
Yeah, that is Zadok Fulop on the stop again. He's had a good start to the game tonight.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times now we've called his name.
2nd down and 5 for the Tigers at the Mount Carmel 12-yard line. Again, toe-to-toe look. Man in motion. And Krippus is the man in motion who gets the call, powers his way inside near the 10. Didn't get much on that. Maybe a yard to the 11, 3rd down.
Big stop there as the Ace is really keying on Krippus, having the ball go his way a lot this drive. He's now carried it 8 times for 41 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up. 4-down territory here for Paris. I don't show that they have attempted a field goal on the season. Not that they would down 2 scores, but it's a go-for-broke kind of scenario from here for Paris. 3rd and 5 from the 11.
We talked about Jeremy Clodfelter a minute ago. 56% is winning percentage, 10th year at the helm of the Paris Tigers. Ball carrier slides towards the middle, coming off the right side, and did not get to the marker.
They go to Dawson Rogers that time, and I don't know that he got much. Yep, about a yard. And so Acree makes the stop for the Aces defensively, and here we go, a 4th and 4. It is go time for the Tigers. They're trying to find the magic play that will work here, and Jeremy Clodfelter is talking it over with his senior quarterback, trying to get the play call in. I'm not sure that they may try to take a timeout here. This is a big enough play. You want to get it right, and they will. Here comes the timeout signal.
All right, so the Tigers do call the timeout. 2:30 to go in the first half. Tigers on the march. They need points. Right now it's 14-0 Mount Carmel. Timeouts brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. We're back in 30 seconds.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
What a beautiful night for football. Homecoming 2025. A lot of people in town, and the Paris Tigers are trying to get on the scoreboard. They have yet to do so. It's 14-0 late in the second period.
Clear skies, 68 degrees right now. Just beautiful fall weather here at the Snake Pit.
Well, they've gotten a couple runs out of Blair. They've gotten a lot of the stuff they're giving to Carter Krippus is getting better. Let's see maybe if Rogers is going to keep it himself. We'll just see. We're about to find out. Tigers line it up from the Mount Carmel 10-yard line. They need about 3 yards. They're toe-to-toe. Here comes the handoff. Oh, they're going to throw the football, looking for the end zone. He's wide open. He's got it in the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Wow.
In the deepest part of the end zone, the pass caught by, is that Dawson Rogers? Yeah, I was trying to see, was it 1 or 11?
11-yard
one of those
touchdown
Rogers
pass.
anyway.
The Rogers to Rogers, the law firm pass completion right there, goes for 11. And the first score of the night for the Tigers.
Well, they needed something, and a fourth down conversion on top of that. Right?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
All right.
Fourth down at about 5.
So now the Tigers will try the point after.
They have had some struggles with this year.
Comes the snap, ball down, the kick away, and it is
no good.
No good. It was high enough, that's for sure, just off the mark. So we've got a break in the action, 2:25 to go here in the first half. And the Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard now reads Mount Carmel 14, the Paris Tigers 6, back in 30.
Wabash Valley College and the Wabash Valley Arts Council kick off this year's Performing Arts Series with a special road performance by country legend Dotsy in Albion, September 28th. Dotsy of Hee Haw, the Porter Wagner Show, and RFD TV will perform in the special performance at the Edwards County Fairgrounds Exhibition Hall, Sunday, September 28th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $15 and available by phone at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR code on your screen.
Braden Rogers' 6th touchdown pass of the year has put the Tigers on the board. It's now a 14-6 ball game. And boy, after all those possessions, the Paris had done nothing. Well, they really found something and made hay with it.
Yeah, they were able to move down the field, something that they had struggled with. I think they had, 14 yards on 12 plays coming into that drive, and now able to get in the end zone, make it a one-score game. Like to hold the Aces here with 2:25 on the clock.
All right, Shane Metter retrieves the kick at around the 20-yard line across the 30. And it's going to be finally brought down by a gang of Tigers at around the 36. So that's where Mount Carmel takes over. There's still time on the clock, 2:18 to go in the first half. They want to march down the field.
Well, we do have a 99-yard drive already to our credit on this night. And the Aces have 2:18 to work with and a full complement of 3 timeouts to try to move down the field one more time and get that 2-score lead back before the break.
Well, we've seen quarterback River Dasher look pretty good in the running category, but tonight it's almost like a coming out party, the way he has looked tonight.
No doubt.
A lot more powerful runner. See if we use him here. Calls the signals, gets a good snap. He's in the shotgun, backs up, throws a flare-less screen pass off to the left side. Pass caught, diving forward the return man out there on the edge screen, and it is caught by, is that Metter on the catch?
That was Webb.
No, Webb on the catch. Jack Webb's in the game tonight. All right, first catch of the night. In the stat sheet. How did I miss him? He's only about 7 feet tall.
Does go for about 4 yards. Clock rolls, 2nd and 6 here.
Aces go without a huddle. And there is
oh boy.
Dasher looking for a runner, looking for help up front. He used his running back as a blocker and tried to peel off at the end and got a couple of yards to around the 42, 43-yard line.
A couple yards there is all he got. Just had nowhere to get through the line, it looked like. Everybody was blocking his path. Aces hurrying it up now. 1:28 to go. It is 3rd and 4 here.
Couple wide receivers to the right side, wing to the left. Dasher wants to throw. Does a little flare job out there, and hits the first down pass, and still on his feet, and gonna break free, and maybe get a touchdown out of this. Nope, he's gonna get brought down.
That's Webb.
That's Jack Webb after the catch, a little catch and run all the way down to the Paris 30-yard line. That's a, well, they already changed the scoreboard
28
on us, huh?
yards.
Okay, there you go. Well, that was about gonna be 30-30 anyway.
That will help the clock game out here. Now set up shop right at the 30, 1:12 left.
And here's the snap, and Dasher's going to keep it himself. Looks to get outside to the right. He's got some running room out of the 25 and inside that mark down near the 20, just on the marker, it looks like.
I think it's coming back. I think we're going to be guilty of a hold here.
There's a flag. Oh, well, I spoke too soon a minute ago. Guess I gave him the kiss of death. I said we had not made a mistake in the offensive front tonight. Mistakes have plagued Mount Carmel at points this year.
Official cannot get that microphone to work, otherwise you'd hear his explanation of the call right there, but it'll be a 10-yard penalty, and I believe the flag was sitting near the line of scrimmage. So Looks like it'll be a 1st and 20 for the Aces coming up. And just, we have had so many times this year where penalties have come at such inopportune times. You're trying to march down, clock getting late, a minute to go in the half. And a 10-yard penalty wipes out not only the 10 yards that you see on the penalty, but also that play went further downfield, and those yards go for naught.
Exactly 1 minute left in the first half as Mount Carmel comes over the ball at first down and very long now. Line of scrimmage, the 40-yard line. Aces send trips out to the right side, a receiver out to the left. And there's the quarterback dasher's going to roll off to the left side himself. He's got a lot of running room to the 20, to the 15, down to the 10. He's going to make it in the end zone. Touchdown!
Holy cow. It looked like a broken play. He went to hand it off. Nobody was there. He took off and scored. 40 yards later.
How about that? So the Aces get the score back. We still have 41 seconds to go in the half. A 40-yard run by River Dasher. Again, that theme tonight. How much better of a runner he's turning into. He showed his skills off there.
41 seconds to go. Just a textbook drive. Had a little over 2 minutes left, I think, when this drive started. And now we're going to go for that extra point to take an 8-point lead, or more than that. It would be a 15-point lead.
A Mabry Autobody point after try, and I think somebody got their hands on it. But it's still good. It still made it over the uprights. How about that, huh? Well, we'll take that break, too, and the Aces grow the lead. Let's take a look at the Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. Mount Carmel, your leader, 21-6 over Paris, and we still have 41 seconds to go before halftime. Back in 30.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
A 4-play, 63-yard drive, and the Aces, how about the legs of River Dasher showing off tonight? A 40-yard run, and Mount Carmel has a 21-6 lead now.
Dasher was credited with a 20-yard loss on his first touch because of the bad snap. So he started 20 yards behind, and he's already got 97 yards of total offense, including the 20 he lost on the opening play on just 9 carries.
2 men deep for the Tigers. Kick from left to right. It's a bounder. Oh, it's barely touched past the 10-yard marker, so not much again. Nice cover up. And it'll be, well, we'll see what happens. Do they have time?
40 seconds. They do have a timeout left, and just on the other side of midfield, I think you're going to try to see what you can get here as Brody Bishop falls on that up front again for Paris. I'm not sure that's necessarily the best move. You let that ball bound down a little bit and see if a up back can bring it back downfield, but nonetheless, it worked out for the Paris Tigers, and they've got it 40 seconds, 1 timeout left, and they've got to travel about 53 yards to get back in the end zone.
Let's see if they put it in the air. They have receivers both ways. It's first down, and quarterback wants to throw and steps up and fires, and the pass is a little too high for the receiver. Got his hands on it on the right side at around the 45, incomplete, second down.
Goes through the hands of Garrett Rigdon over there, the senior. Not able to haul it in. Braden Rogers today, 2 of 6 through the air for 9 yards and a touchdown.
35 seconds to go, first half. We'll have Matt Traha from the Illinois High School Association on as our guest during the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime report. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
Paris right now sits 15 carries for 52 yards on the day. So the 52 rushing, the 9 passing, 61 yards for the Tiger offense. 35 seconds to go in the half.
2 receivers to the right. That's the short side of the field, and Rogers lets it fly downfield, looking to pin it on the receiver, overthrows him at around the 20-yard line on the fly. 2 men back for the Aces. Incomplete, third down. Clock stops with 28 seconds left.
You know, I don't know what Michael Brewer might be thinking about over there, but we do have 3 timeouts left. 28 seconds to go. That's why I'm not the head coach. I'm glad I'm not. I don't know what I'd do in this situation. The incomplete pass does stop the clock anyway, but if Paris runs it here on 4th down, do you think about calling a timeout defensively if you're Mount Carmel?
Might as well, especially field positional, to see what they do. And then if we're going, maybe we'll send everybody on 4th down. We don't typically
Paris
do that.
We'll spend their last time out to talk about it.
All right, the Tigers are going to talk it over. So we'll take a break, too. Timeout's brought to you by Country Financial agent Tia Morgan. 21 seconds left before halftime. Mount Carmel leads 21-6, back in 30.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school. And today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here. And so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
The next time we greet you here from the friendly confines of Riverview Stadium will be in 2 weeks. The KZ Westfield Warriors are in town for an LIC game, and that will be Hall of Fame night. Always a fun time. We'll have this year's inductees in. The reception will be at the golf course later on at Stymie's after the game. So a full weekend in 2 weeks here at the Hilltop.
I mean, we pack a lot of stuff into every Friday night of high school football. You got to love it. Homecoming, Hall of Fame induction this weekend. Athletic Hall of Fame induction the next time we're out. Lots of going on around Mount Carmel. This is one of the great things about living in a small town.
The Tigers go 2-by-2 on the receivers, so they open things up a little bit. Quarterback in the shotgun. Rogers is back to throw, and he's going to dump a little dinker out the left side instead, hope for running room, and the Aces are going to corral the return man, the receiver, at the 48-yard line.
Mount Carmel will not call a timeout. They stay in bounds over there as Levi Bartley hauls it in, and they're going to try to hurry up and go. 2-1. No, they're not going to have time.
And that's it. So they didn't get the snap off in time, and that is halftime, and that's okay.
Right.
All right, let's take a look at the Jade Investment Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. We're at intermission at the Snake Pit. Mount Carmel leads Paris 21-6. Back with the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime report in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Braden Mason. I'm with Business Communications class at MCHS, and today I'm with Lauren from First National Bank, and today we're going to be talking about Aces Trivia.
The 1988 first-round playoff against Carbondale saw the Aces play how many overtimes? 2, 4, or 5?
At First National Bank of Allendale, we know that winning starts with the right support on and off the playing field. That's why our local lenders make tailored, local decisions so you can score big on your goals. With branches across your community, we're here to help with everything from home loans to business growth. Because when it comes to your future, local lending is a true team effort. First National Bank of Allendale. Local lenders, local decisions.
Hi, we're back with the correct answer from Aces Trivia, and the question was the 1988 first-round playoff game against Carbondale saw the Aces play how many overtimes?
If you said 4, you are correct.
My name is Alexis Johnson. I'm from Brookston, Indiana, and I'm in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Wabash Valley College. Some of the hands-on activities we have in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program is we work on each other, getting that practice in the school setting, and then we also go to clinicals. We go out and work on actual patients with actual employees and just getting hands-on with your patients. After graduating, I plan on going back to my community, working in a hospital setting, maybe a nursing home, and just helping those people around me.
Hi, I'm Tony. I graduated Wabash Valley College at Mount Carmel, and it was the best decision ever. It gave me the opportunity to go on the air almost immediately. Within about a week of starting the broadcasting program at Wabash Valley College, I was a DJ on 89.1 WVJC, and that on-air experience was invaluable to my future career and hiring potential.
For Marshall.
Okay. Welcome back to the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime report. Intermission here at the Snake Pit on Homecoming 2025. All the scoring done in the second period. The Aces lead Paris 21-6. We'll get the stats, scores, and the scoring summary in just a few minutes. We want to visit with the Associate Executive Director of the Illinois High School Association, who was nice enough to come down here. And Matt Troha's with us. And Matt, thanks for making the trip. I appreciate the award, humbled by the award, and thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Congratulations again to you. And it's one of the better parts of my job is to be able to get out and see folks like yourself get recognized and get to different high schools and see different events. So it's a lot of fun for me as well.
And this award really, just a few people get this every year, huh?
Yeah, we've been doing it for 11 years. I think we had 2 years off there with COVID. But yeah, typically, kind of depending on how the voting shakes out, we typically do 4 or 5 folks a year. So yeah, you're an elite company.
Hey, well, I'm honored. I'll tell you what. What about this game? What about this stadium? I know that you told me at one point when we made contact, this stadium has been on my bucket list. Is that the way to describe it?
100% accurate.
Is that the way everybody thinks up there in Bloomington?
I think so. I think anybody who has seen it, I don't think everybody knows about it. But I'm somebody who likes to try and convert people and show them pictures. And I'm like, have you ever seen the stadium in Mount Carmel? And they all go, the one in Chicago? And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
the
that's
one
right.
downstate.
We're the real Mount Carmel.
And that's right. And but yeah, a lot of people see it and want to get here, and it's been on my bucket list. And funny story, I was standing right behind the end zone before kickoff, and I had the white hat on the referee crew. I just said, hey, where are you guys from? And he said, St. Louis. And I said, oh, that's a pretty good trip. He said, yeah, it's about 3 hours. And I said, you usually come this far? He said, no, it's a bucket list for us. We wanted to come over here and do a game. And I thought, yeah, I get that feeling.
Wow,
unbelievable. That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing too. So we're glad you're here. And so what the Illinois High School Association, I've been excited looking at the website. Flag football looks like is it taking hold?
It is growing rapidly, yes. I think we are up 70 schools from a year ago. I think we could be at 270, 300 maybe by next year. I mean, it's pretty unprecedented, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna, because it's relatively, most schools have the field. It doesn't cost much money. I think you're going to really see it take hold in a lot of smaller communities too. I mean, even maybe a couple small ones co-op together, but I think we're going to see it statewide.
And it's kind of grown out of the suburbs and central Illinois and the bigger cities generally so far, right?
Yeah, it started in Chicago. The Chicago Bears actually kind of ran a little trial league just with about 20 CPS schools. That was about 6 years ago, and in about 5 years it grew to, I think we had about 150, 170 participate in our first state tournament last year, and yeah, like I said, up about 72. I think it was 225-ish we're expecting this year to participate.
So let me bring up a topic from the past, and luckily I was nice enough. I wasn't sure what you were going to say, so I prearranged as part of the interview. But I want to talk about the district tournament system, the fact that it was approved and then recalled earlier. And I know we were a school that was all for it because we really had to be the position we were in at the time. But tell me what the status is district football. Are we never going to hear it again?
No, actually. So we're about to begin our annual legislative process. So our member schools can submit bylaw proposals. That deadline is mid-October, and then in November we go out and we do town hall meetings at 28 schools, and every school has to attend, and they talk through them and do a straw poll vote. And eventually, if there's enough support, it goes to an all-school vote. And that's the process that when it passed the first time it went through. And from what I've been told, there is a school near St. Louis that is bringing back a district proposal. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same as the one that passed, what was that, about 7-8 years ago. But it's going to be a similar concept. And it's going to be up to our member schools. And I don't have a good feel for it. It was always kind of a 50-50 proposition. And I don't know if things have gotten better or worse enough for people where it would be 60-40 now in either direction, or if it's still going to be really close. But it is. It's an interesting topic. And I think there was always disappointment from our internal office that we didn't just get to at least try it out, right? As you kind of alluded to, the membership passed it, but when they implemented it, it was going to be 2 years from the start date. And in that in-between year, the schools essentially voted to recall it. We really wanted to see that thing play out and just have schools give it a try and see how it worked. And so that's always been a disappointing part about it.
And venues can always be a problem. I know they're still searching until a couple of weeks ago, I think, for some venues for this year even, boys volleyball, et cetera. But is it always a battle in venues, especially the larger ones, the bigger sports, or do those go easier?
I would say for the bigger ones, there's usually typically more interest to host them, and we're lucky. Our boys wrestling tournament has been in Champaign for probably 75 years.
Well, there's nothing like that either,
Basketball, obviously, Champaign and Peoria have had a hold on it. And I think girls volleyball and girls basketball, I think, have been at ISU, I think, the entire time since they've
Wow,
existed.
okay.
But
Yeah.
some of the other ones, it can be a little bit more difficult. And we work with our member schools, and we'll find a good home for them. And there's a great community for each sport that supports it.
Matt, I got to ask, being on the media advisory committee that you head up, a lot of work that you do, maybe that goes unnoticed, but the website redesign that has been captained by the IHSA, and I'm sure you've had a lot of input with that, has been massive. And to see the site where it is now, coming from where it was a major project.
Yeah, we got really lucky. About 3 years ago, we hired an individual named Matt Jensen to be our new IT director. And it's rare to find IT folks who are also sports folks and really get it. And Matt is exactly that. He's been in schools. He had a big part of the Macomb Holiday Tournament for many years. So he understands it. So he deserves all the accolades on that, because he's implemented so many new and really cool things, and he's still got a lot on his list. Trust me. We launched it in I don't know, what was that, August, and I think he felt like it was about 60-70% ready. So he's still got a lot of ideas and a lot of features that are coming.
Yeah. So what about this game? What do you think? Boy, I tell you what, Paris had some golden opportunities, and then after squandering those away, then they get going and drive down and get in the game.
It's been an interesting game. Yeah, I thought Paris was going to start fast there and maybe get you guys on the ropes, and they couldn't quite take advantage. And then, they were on the ropes at 14-0, put together a great drive and scored. But then you guys, your court. I texted some of my Edgy Tim and Steve Susi, some of these guys that were on a text chain, and I said, River Dasher is a very cool name for a high school football player. And then about a minute later, I was like, he's also really, really good at football. That was a great touchdown run. That's going to be one name to watch here, it looks like, over the next few years.
Yeah, and the way he was running tonight, I mean, he's finally getting it. I mean, it's only his 5th start.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's something for him. But he's got the arm, and that was historic. That was his MO coming in. He's got the arm, and now we're starting to see him run a little better, too.
Yeah, well, I in high school football, when you're playing varsity, it takes a little while, I think, for things to slow down and get a feel for it. So it looks like he's finding his way.
Yeah. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, football-wise? Who's the big schools up in Central Illinois?
Well, you know what? The one I follow, my son is playing. Luckily, as I told you, luckily but unluckily, he broke his wrist, so he's not playing tonight. So I was able to sneak down here and come watch this. But
well, we're sorry to hear that. We're glad you're here, though.
Yeah, right. It's a good trade-off, I guess. But he goes to Hayworth, and they're winning 14-0 at half, on their way to hopefully 4-1. And Normal community is really good, and I don't know. I'm so focused on my kids right now in their league, and just rooting for them every week.
Yeah, Luke Drowan, one of our assistant coaches and a former star here, was at El Paso, I think, wasn't it?
Okay.
Kyle, I think he was an El Paso coach for.
They're having a great year. They're beating Tri-Valley, who's a perennial power out of our area right now at halftime. So they're having a great season.
But. Well, I'll tell you what, we've had, I wanted to just thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for coming all the way down here, because now you got to get back in your car and head to Central Illinois at night. I know you're a young guy, you can make it, but still, we appreciate that anyway. And
no, it's my pleasure to be
glad
here.
To have the representation of the Illinois High School Association in Southern Illinois. We're always glad to see you guys down here too. And
yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's been everything I expected and more. So I'm really, really happy to be here.
There you go. Edgy Tim will have River Dasher on his All-State team.
Yeah,
there you go. But you get that kind of publicity as soon as a text message away. Oh, brother, look out, River.
We know where it came from. Right?
All right, Matt, thank you very much for the time.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you again. Matt Troha, the Associate Executive Director at the Illinois High School Association. You're listening to the Keep Us Funeral Home Halftime Report. We'll be back with scores, summaries, and more in just 2 minutes.
At First National Bank of Allendale, we know that winning starts with the right support on and off the playing field. That's why our local lenders make tailored, local decisions so you can score big on your goals. With branches across your community, we're here to help with everything from home loans to business growth. Because when it comes to your future, local lending is a true team effort. First National Bank of Allendale, local lenders, local decisions.
Lease your new 2024 Hornet at Steve Faulkner Automotive before the end of the month. Now is your best deal. Lease the 2024 Hornet for 2 years, 10,000 miles per year for only $19.39 a month. See Steve Faulkner Auto for details today. Drive into fall with Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler for as low as $292 a month and a 2025 Ram 1500 with 1.9% financing for 72 months. Come in today or go to stevefaulknerautomotive.com.
Are you ready for flu season? The Wabash County Health Department is proud to once again offer our drive-through flu shot clinic. Wednesday, October the 1st, from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Mount Carmel Public Utility Garage, located at 410 South Mulberry Street in Mount Carmel. For more information, or if you have questions, call the Wabash County Health Department at 618-263-3873. It's the drive-through flu shot clinic, Wednesday, October 1st.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Lease your new 2024 Hornet at Steve Faulkner Automotive before the end of the month. Now is your best deal. Lease the 2024 Hornet for 2 years, 10,000 miles per year for only $19.39 a month. See Steve Faulkner Auto for details today. Drive into fall with Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler for as low as $292 a month and a 2025 Ram 1500 with 1.9% financing for 72 months. Come in today or go to stevefaulknerautomotive.com.
From Dawson Rogers to Braden Rogers, or the other way around, actually. But the point after was no good. 14-6 was the score then. Then the Aces scored just before halftime, 41 seconds to go, on a 40-yard run by River Dasher. And Wiggins' kick makes it where we are at halftime, 21-6.
Well, partner, I can run through some stats for you here first. Then we've got a lot of scores from around the area to get to as well. In the first half for Mount Carmel, a total of 256 yards of offense. Paris with just 67 yards of total offense. For the Aces, 162 of those yards came on the ground. Eki Militoni, 2 carries for 8 yards. Chase Wiggins ended up with a carry for -2. That was, I think, on the fumble early in the game. Shane Metter, 1 carry for 8 yards. Elliott Acree had 8 carries for 35 and a touchdown. Jackson Kling had a carry for 16, and River Dasher 9 carries, 97 yards. And add to that the first play he ran was a 20-yard loss due to the bad snap over his head. So really, since that 20 yards lost, he's got 117 yards, but 97 net for River Dasher on the ground. He's also thrown for a touchdown, and get this, a perfect 6 of 6 through the air for 94 yards. And that score, receiving for the Aces, Shane Metter, 3 catches for a total of, what is that going to be? 63 yards. Eki Militoni, a catch for -1, and Jack Webb, 2 catches for 32 yards. For the Tigers, Carter Krippus has carried the ball 8 times for 41 yards. Dawson Rogers, 5 carries for a net 1. Eli Blair, 2 carries for 10 yards. That's a total of 52 on the ground. Braden Rogers has completed 3 of the 8 passes he's thrown for a total of 15 yards. One of those, an 11-yard touchdown pass. Caught by Dawson Rogers. Brody Bishop, a catch for -2, and Mr. Bartley, a catch for 6 for Paris. And it's Mount Carmel in front here, 21-6. Looking at scores around the area, how about 2 kind of surprising scores on the board. Olney leads Newton in Newton, 21-20 at halftime, and they stopped Gavin Cawthorn and company on a 4th and goal from the 2 as time expired at the half. So Newton also got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, celebrating that 4th down stop. But it's 21-20, Olney over Newton at halftime. Robinson leads Marshall 27-6 at halftime. And the other LIC game pitting Lawrenceville and Casey is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. In the Black Diamond, Fairfield leads Carmi at halftime. In that rivalry game, 16-0. Hamilton County leads El Dorado at halftime, 16-14. Johnston City leads Flora 16-6 at the break, and Red Hill beat Edwards County yesterday 30-0.
That's just an incredible score, the Olney score.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Lawrenceville had a lead on Olney in the second quarter last week. It wasn't very long-lived, but so Olney has its moments, interestingly enough. If you just slow them down or get them off their game a little bit. But, boy, I didn't see that one coming. I mean, Newton could do nothing against us last week.
Yeah.
And they're toe-to-toe with Olney for now. Now, the Tigers they have a lot of personnel, and we'll see if they can sustain that. Lawrenceville just couldn't sustain it last week. And keep in mind, Lawrenceville also led Paris for a while, but they just couldn't maintain.
Well, and the thing with Olney, too, is they seem to be a second-half team. They have been in some tight games at halftime this year and erupted in the second half. So maybe that's what they're going to do again here tonight. But it is a rivalry kind of game for them against Newton just up the road. So we'll see how it goes on the road for the Tigers.
Yeah, there's a couple of instances, and they're going to be a strong enough team to very probably make it through the LIC. But I'm sure Luke Carmody's going, we've got a postseason ahead, and we just can't be getting off the sluggish starts. It's going to come back to haunt us in weeks 10, 11, and 12. So, we'll see how they handle that, though. And we're going to see them next week up in Richland County on the road at Olney, 7 o'clock for the kickoff, 6 o'clock for the broadcast. So we do know for a fact that they beat us last year, and they don't think they're done. So we're not going to get a break. Maybe they're looking ahead to the game a little bit against Newton, and they're looking ahead to us, maybe.
Perhaps.
We're not going to get those kind of breaks. We're going to have to earn them on our own next week.
Yeah, no doubt. The meat of the schedule is here for these Aces. That is no doubt. And by the way, homecoming festivities happened all the while we were talking with Matt Troja, and congratulations to Carly Mandrell, crowned the 2025 Homecoming Queen.
Well, congratulations. And we've got a crowd that really is a pretty good crowd for homecoming. They're going to hang around, I'm sure, watch the second half of this ballgame, see if the hometown Aces can put a little more distance between themselves and Paris on the scoreboard. Is this the final count?
There'll be 3 more minutes.
Okay, so we've got another break. So we got time to take a 2-minute break. So you're listening to the Keep Us Funeral Home Halftime Report. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back with the second half. Here's your score, Mount Carmel 21, Paris 6. Back in 2 minutes.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
Introducing the Student Plus account from First National Bank, a free checking account designed for students and parents alike. With Student Plus, parents stay in control with real-time alerts and spending limits, while students learn to manage money safely and independently. Instant transfers, lost card protection, and customizable features make banking simple for the whole family. Getting started is easy. Just visit any First National Bank of Allendale branch with your student, set up mobile banking, and choose the features that work best for you. Student Plus accounts with First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Drive into fall at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a 2025 Escape for as low as $399 a month and get a new 2024 F-150 up to $13,733 off. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Lease your new 2024 Hornet at Steve Faulkner Automotive before the end of the month. Now is your best deal. Lease the 2024 Hornet for 2 years, 10,000 miles per year for only $19.39 a month. See Steve Faulkner Auto for details today.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
Back here on the Keep Us Funeral Home Halftime Report, just setting up shop before the start of the second half, and bringing Josh Howard in on the mic, a guy that sat with my partner before I got to sit in with you for a couple of years, and this guy's racking up the honors on his way toward alleged retirement, huh?
Yeah, I mean, one scat, I actually listened to the game on YouTube, week 2, whenever you made the announcement that Scott was getting the award, and it was one of those we knew we had to come back up here for it. Homecoming night, I mean, this team, I'll tell you what, this Aces team looks a totally different team from last week even to this week. It's been an exciting game, and I see River Dashers kind of found his legs, getting to the outside. Wideouts are able to, keep their containment, holding their blocks, and getting some big yards on the outside. So, it's started off a great night with Scotty getting this big award, and, the Aces are playing well and keep going.
You're not going to be able to keep him in Newburgh forever. He's going to have to still come up and see us every once in a while.
Whenever he told me initially that he was thinking that 50 is probably going to be enough, it was one of those that he even mentioned, like, hey, there's always a chance that, they need somebody to fill in. I can go up and do something here and there, or how many times does Aces basketball come to Evansville? And, you might hear the voice of the Aces every so often on the air. You just never know.
I can tell you next year we need help week 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, luckily I can't count to 9, so you're going to lose me at some point there. So.
Oh shoot! No, it's honored. It's our honor to see you honored, and I still say to this day, you even at your worst are better than most, if not all, at their best. That's how much we think of you. So
well, and my answer to that would be, I certainly hope so. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's
Scott, I will say that I talked to multiple people in Evansville that we both kind of know through different areas, and when we get talking about, like, hey, did you know he's a Hall of Fame radio announcer, and they hear you do some radio work, and they're like, why is this guy still in Mount Carmel? Like, you're on the level that you fell in love with the talent, and that's what kept you here. Your talent could have put you further beyond anywhere in this area and took you to big places.
Well, I appreciate it, and thank you very much to everybody. All right, thanks, Josh. And here's the kick for the second half, taken by the Paris Tigers. Remember, they're getting the ball first in the second half, and they've got some work to do, down 21-6. They return the football to the 38-yard line. That's where we start.
That was Vitali on the return for Paris, another senior. We have so many different names, or similar names, same names that we called a year ago for this Paris Tiger team that we're calling again this year. So much the same as the Aces. So many players back. The Rogers kids, Vitali, Krippus, Rigdon, all of those names we've called before. They're out there again for Paris.
They're going to start with toe-to-toe, and they do double wing set. Give it to the left wing, Carter Krippus. He tries to counter back to the right side. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
No, the Aces snuffed that out, and nice job by Elliott Acree to get into the backfield and bring him down for a 1-yard loss.
Well, I got to say one thing. I know we touched on when Matt Troha was in here at halftime. Here he's texting his buddies. Edgy Tim is just a phenomenal name to have in your corner when you're an athlete. Steve Sushi as well. You remember an old name back in the 70s? A gentleman by the name of Taylor Bell had productions. He was the guy that could make stars and get kids recruited to college and everything else. So you got a guy like Edgy Tim checking you out, Steve Sushi. That's big-time news for River Dasher.
No doubt.
And another handoff and another stack up, and not much there. I think maybe another loss on the play. Forward progress to the 37.
Now be careful stomping around out there. You don't want to get a penalty, but that was Dawson Rogers on the carry, and Sam Strockbine showing off after getting back out there and making some noise.
Yeah, he's just happy to be back in the game after being sidelined for a couple of weeks. But don't go too far, big guy.
3rd down and 11 coming up, so no gain on that play for Rogers, and Paris trying to avoid going 3 and out on their opening drive of the second half.
So now they split out of the formation, widen things out a little bit. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and the quarterback in the shotgun. Rogers back to throw, and they're in on him. He does get it off in traffic down the middle. Almost picked off, or is it?
No.
Just almost. Shane Metter over the middle. Dove, and it hit the deck first. Otherwise, they had the pick at the 43.
Incomplete pass, and Metter laid out for it, just couldn't haul it in, but it'll be a 3 and out for this Aces defense. And as always, those are brought to you by Quick Stop Tire and Lube. A quick stop for the Aces. Quick Stop Tire and Lube, 263-3786.
Metter drops back into punt return formation, back at the 28-yard line. The Tigers look to give it up here on 4th down. And there is the kick. And it'll bounce to Metter, or will he let it roll? He'll just let it roll. It'll trickle inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. And that is a kick of 26, 39 yards, no return.
Well, we'll keep an eye on these other games around the LIC, especially the games between Robinson and Marshall and Olney and Newton. I think I would have not given you either of those scores in those games and in those tonight, but a whole lot more football to be played tonight, and let's hope the Aces get off to a good start here on their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, I was surprised by that Robinson-Marshall score. You know, I was writing the piece up for the website, and Massey has Robinson winning that game. Must be something Massey knows that I really thought Marshall was probably going to win that thing. But again, Robinson could do nothing against us.
Yeah, no, they couldn't move the football.
All right, here in the shotgun is the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. River Dasher bangs into one and driven over the middle and gets a few yards, called the 29-yard line. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play, second down.
And that will put him for the moment over 100 yards for the night. Our leading rusher, his 10th carry. And with 5 yards, he's at 102 yards on those 10 carries tonight. Had big carries of 40, 31, and 24 tonight.
Yeah, but you're right, Cal. We just look different. We look confident. We look aware. We look successful tonight. We've struggled all year. But this is the first week we're starting to feel like, okay, this is okay.
We're doing all right.
This Paris Ball Club averages almost 50 points a game. There's a high snap, but the quarterback keeps it, and Dasher powers his way to the left side, and gets enough for the first down to around the 39-yard line, a gain of about 10 on the play.
Hoping River is all right. He kind of got spun around there at the end of that play. Looks like he is all right. Well, or is he? He's shaking his hand off a little bit. Looks like a first and 10 Pence Bowling Center first down, but it's up to the 39-yard line. I believe it's a 10-yard pickup for River. We'll keep an eye on him.
Throwing him into the fire, so to say. And the young sophomore banged up a little bit there, but he's okay. Stays in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line. Aces send 2 receivers to the right. The inside slot man and Red Andrews on the outside, wing to the left, and there is a handoff. That's Elliott Akery sliding left, diving forward up, still going. Hasn't been brought down yet. And they'll mark his progress to around the 41-yard line, called 42.
About 3 yards there for Akery. A relatively quiet night by his standards. 9 carries, 38 yards for Elliott Akery, but he does have a touchdown run tonight.
So second down at about 7. The Aces scored 21 points in the second quarter after a scoreless first period for both these clubs. 8:18 to go, third quarter. Now Carmel looking for its 3rd straight win. Red Andrews checks out wide to the right side, receiver to the left as well. Kling slides left. There's the snap to Dasher. He gets outside and left, down the left sidelines, banged out of bounds finally, well over midfield, down to the Paris 41-yard line. That's a run of 17 yards and a first down.
Oh, boy, did he get going with a head of steam. Just a big, powerful run by River Dasher. He goes 8 yards to the 50 and 8 yards more to the, 7 yards more to the 42. Where do they mark that down? 40.
Yeah, it looks like the 42.
Yeah,
maybe the 40. Yeah, that's a first and 10 pins. First and 10 pins. Bowling Center first down for the Aces.
There is a penalty against Mount Carmel, and I think I heard personal foul.
Uh-oh, not again. We've had a personal foul at every game.
And by the way, it was interesting to hear Matt Troha. So now, wait a minute.
All the way back to
So it's a 15-yard penalty, but it was after the play and before the next. So they just reset the chains after the gain, a 15-yard penalty, so first and 10 here.
Yeah, okay.
But interesting to hear Matt Troha talk about this crew from St. Louis, calling it a bucket list item to come officiate a game at the Snake Pit. That's pretty cool.
You kind of forget that, but that happens too for everybody associated with being here, huh? Ball carrier gets a couple, 2 or 3. Looks
that
like
was Dasher.
Dasher, the quarterback, having progress to the 45, gain of 3, second down. Yeah, that's really neat, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. Pretty cool. You hear stories about how magical this place is, and sometimes you kind of forget that for how special it is for people looking from the outside in.
And you got a guy from Bloomington that is one of the guys in charge of the IHSA. He talks about it. The officials from St. Louis are talking about it. Yep. This is a most unique facility. And now Dasher on the jet sweep to the right side. I should say Metter to the jet sweep. But Aldi was there to slow it up, stack it up, and put him down at around the 47. Short gain of only 2. Second down and 5. A third down and 5 now for the Aces.
And Metter slow to get up a little bit. He was kind of picked up and slammed, not in a malice way or in a bad way or illegal way, just a hard tackle made by Paris. And so 2 yards for Metter. And the Aces faced with a 3rd and 5 here near midfield.
Really utilizing the clock. We're down to 6:47 to go. Third period. Aces lead 21-6. Receivers are split left and the short side right. Kling's a wing. And now Dasher gets the call. Left side, not much. And it'll be 4th down. Maybe 2. Pushing hard to the 48 or 49. It'll be 4th and about 2 or 3. If not more.
And now the extra whistles there. We got a player down.
Player down.
Is that River Dasher? It's a cramp is what it is. And I think it may be River Dasher because I don't see him anywhere else on the field. And remember, Shane Metter was kind of banged up on the last play as well. So it would be, I would assume, Metter coming in at the quarterback spot. If this is, in fact, Dasher who is down, who would have to at least sit out a play before he can come back out there.
Yeah, Michael Brewer comes out now to join everybody. Yeah, the quarterback, and that is him as they help him up. He's hobbling, yeah.
It's a cramp. It doesn't look like it's
he's
more
walking
than that,
he's
so
walking
he'll be okay.
Now. Yeah.
But on a 4th and 3, the starting quarterback's going to be on the sideline for this play, so we'll have to see what personnel moves the Aces decide to make. I wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be too surprised if, well, we could punt it. You're right. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that that heavy package come in right now.
They do bring. They
got about 16 yards the last time we ran it.
Yeah.
But it is punt formation with Wiggins back there.
Hopefully we'll get a good boot off. We're hustling players in, so I don't think we had enough out there. Now 2 more come in, and they're fine, and we'll be able to get it off. The play clock, plenty of time left. Paris drops 2 men deep. And around their own 20. There's a snap, bad snap. It rolls on the ground, picked up, and Wiggins got the kick away.
Wow.
Woo. Bounces inside the 25, rolls down inside that mark. Well, it starts to trickle back, so they down it at the 20. Boy, that was danger in the making, but we survived that bullet, and the Tigers get the football.
Scott, you've been talking about Elliott Acree offensively closing in on that 2,000-yard mark. With the 38 yards he has tonight, I would have him about 14 yards short.
Okay.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, Gavin Cawthorn is your leader in terms of rushing yards. He's already over the 2,300 mark in his career. And he's coming up on the 4,000 total yard mark for his career tonight. Man in motion, that's Krippes. Quarterback wants to throw the ball and does fire downfield. It's incomplete at around the 30.
Paris just, they've thrown more passes, I would say, tonight than typically they do. They had thrown 26 in their 4 previous games coming in. So what is that, about 5 passes or so a game, give or take? They've thrown now 10 tonight, so more tonight than normal, but they haven't been able to connect. 3 of 10 is Rogers through the air.
Well, that was one of the designed game plan, the winning game plan moments we took. Could we force them to do something they don't want to do, and that's throw the ball? So far we have. There's a little counter, a handoff to the wing, and that is Rogers trying to get, that's Dawson. He gets a little progress left side, but not much, man. We've just made life tough on the Tigers tonight.
Maybe about 2 yards, call it 3 maybe, as Braden Mason helps on the stop there for Mount Carmel. Maybe made the stop.
Well, I'm going to bring it up again. Braden Mason is our featured player this week. I asked him the same question I've asked everybody about leadership. As you're now a senior, you're a leader. Who did you look up to as you went through the program? Who was the leader you thought of and did the better job? Every single player has mentioned Asher Kite. They mentioned other names, but every one of the captains. So kudos to Asher Kite. And now a throw. And it's caught on the right side. Pass catch good for a first down at the 35-yard line.
That's
and Rigdon. Okay.
Yep, Rigdon's first catch of the night is a first down for Paris.
And their 11th pass now?
Yep, and just the 4th completion as Rogers connects with Rigdon for the first time.
So now we just got to watch those situations. Don't let anybody get out ahead of you. And now we're going to hand it off. The Tigers are going to hand it off, and there's Rogers now. That's Dawson Rogers, and he's going to not get to the edge. He was looking to turn it upfield. He got turned back at the 35-yard line. Militoni on the stop. No loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. And the clock is running. We're down to 4:32 to go in the third quarter. A little quieter now. The crowd's kind of settled in at homecoming. They're happy with what they see. Maybe they've eaten too much, and
it's also
they're
always
suffocated now.
It's also quieter when the band, I think they don't play in the third quarter because they play at halftime, so they get the third quarter off. And without their drums over there, it does get quieter out here.
Here's the snap, and the shotgun quarterback wants to wing it and does downfield, and it's way overthrown to the receiver. Single man coverage back inside the 40, incomplete, and it will be third down.
You know, I get to the point of being a little confused that it seems like Paris, a team who doesn't throw the ball a whole lot, it's like when they throw, they go for broke. I mean, that was just a long play downfield. Just go get the first down and move the chains. Go a little bit at a time.
And that happens a lot of times with high schools that don't run a lot of passing, much of a passing offense. They don't have a lot of possession plays and crossing patterns and things. And, all they've got is the fly,
Good point.
Now here is the quarterback. Rogers wants to throw. Does fire. Now he goes long again. It's going to be picked up by Metter. Playing center field. A pickoff at the 35. Nobody around for Paris. 45-50. Changes directions. Finally dragged down at the 49. Holy mackerel. He was playing center field. Nobody was within 10 yards of him back there. Metter with a pick, and Mount Carmel has the football.
I mean, I don't know what kind of play that was that Paris was looking for, but nobody but Shane Metter was anywhere in the vicinity of that football, and it's an interception thrown by Rogers, his second of the season, and the Aces take advantage of the turnover and end the Paris threat right there.
So now ahead 21-6 with 3:49 to go in the third quarter. How about a nice scoring drive here? Really puts some distance on the scoreboard between themselves and the visitors tonight. 21-6 is the score now. And the Aces hustle out. Play clock down to 12. Mount Carmel goes left to right, as you visualize. And we go to the short side with 2 receivers, Andrews and Webb. And now the quarterback's going to keep it. Dasher slides left.
Boy.
Huge running room. 30, 25. Finally is going to get stacked up, and Paris gets to him around the 23-yard line. Another huge first down and a run of 28 yards.
Is River Dasher going to close in on a 200-yard night by the time he's done? That was a huge pickup. They set the ball down at the 23, a 24-yard run, as you said, and 156 yards for Dasher tonight on 15 carries. A Big Ten Penn's Bowling Center first down.
Just remarkable how much he's coming on. Like I said, it's only his 5th start. We've seen inklings of this, but he's just taken this evening by storm, and the Tigers with his ability to run tonight. There he goes again. Nope, can't go left. Now he ducks back into the right towards the middle, and not much there, but he kept looking, trying to find a hole, and he gets to around the line of scrimmage. Second down. Yeah, give him about 2 on the play. Second and 8. And we're down now to 2:54 to go, third period.
We're going to be finished with the third quarter before 9 o'clock.
We'd have been able to eat last week in Newton if we'd ended that quickly.
Right. No, I don't know if we would have. The place we wanted to go closed at 8.
Yeah,
on
that's
a Friday night.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in Newton? Come on now.
All right, here are the Aces shotgun, and this time it's going to be a handoff. Mount Carmel's going to try to keep it on the ground. Not much there into the middle.
I think it was Acree, maybe?
Yep, there you go, Elliot Acree. You know, the LIC has one 2,000-yard rusher career-wise in Gavin Cawthorn. Tonight, Elliot Acree may join the fold, and he will at some point, maybe tonight. And Marshall's fine running back, Luca Gianavola, is also poised to go over the 2,000-yard mark as soon as tonight.
So yards are racking up in the conference.
Big veteran stars that have been with these programs, piling up yards, big numbers for these kids. Now a throw over the middle, and the pass is caught at around the 10-yard line. That's a first down. Nice pass from Dasher to Shane Metter, and move the change of first down just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
And how far did that pass travel? Any ideas?
17 yards, or?
We'll go with that.
I hope so.
I'm easy to please.
Clock stops, 1:51. Now it rolls again. Third quarter late. Mount Carmel, this could be a clinching score. I know we won't say it this soon, but this could be the one that kind of polishes off the evening. Kling in motion right to left. In the shotgun, there's the pitch. No, he faked the pitch. Nice job by Dasher. He dives left side and gets down to around the 7 or 8 yard line.
Again, we can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but second down and about 6 to go after Dasher gets about 4 on the play as he's over 160 yards net tonight.
We're down to 1:02 to go, third period. The clock marches on, so do the Aces here. Second down. Inside the Paris 10. And hand up. Militoni tries to gallop his way and get to the end zone, and he's going to get very close.
No, just short.
Yep, down to the 1 yard line. Looked like he was clearing hurdles at the track meet.
Militoni's third carry of the night. It will be a first down, so it becomes a 1st and goal. And good run by Militoni to get close. 1st and goal from about the 1.
Clock down to 30 seconds to go, third period. This could be the first score of the second half. There's the quarterback, Metter under center, keeps it himself, and blows over left guard and gets a touchdown. The Aces score on a 1 yard run by Shane Metter, I think. Or did you see who got up last off the stack?
I'm looking, partner. I'm trying to see it here.
They haven't called it yet. Was it a direct snap to 8? Well, I don't know. But I noticed
when it gets so far down there,
yeah,
it gets
we'll
hard
find
to
out
see.
who they credited to. Nobody, they haven't announced it on the PA yet. Aces, meanwhile, are going to go for the point after try, the Mayberg Autobody point after attempt. They make it a 22-point ball game. Aces hustling players into the game. Now we're ready. Is Dasher on the hold? Wiggins on the kick. There's a snap all down the kick away, and it's blocked. So, no good on the point attempt, but the Aces left with a nice big 3-touchdown lead with 22 seconds to go in the third period. The financial advisor of Jade Investments, Tim Phillips, is in control of the scoreboard, and he likes what he sees. Mount Carmel 27, Paris 6, back in 30.
Introducing the Student Plus account from First National Bank, a free checking account designed for students and parents alike. With Student Plus, parents stay in control with real-time alerts and spending limits, while students learn to manage money safely and independently. Instant transfers, lost card protection, and customizable features make banking simple for the whole family. Getting started is easy. Just visit any First National Bank of Allendale branch with your student, set up mobile banking, and choose the features that work best for you. Student Plus accounts with First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
All right, we still have not heard an official call of who got the touchdown. Usually Shane Metter comes in when we go under center in close quarters like that, so I'm going to call it Metter on the touchdown. The kick failed. Mount Carmel now with a 27-6 lead, just 22 seconds to go in the period. Paris drops a couple players back. Let's see if we deliver a little longer kick, and we do. It pops up. Far side of the field.
That's a live
stays
ball.
in bounds, and it is live, but boy, the Aces almost covered it. But Paris did at the very end, and that was Carrick Mason Vital who finally got to the football. That was an interesting try. Kind of caught the Tigers almost flat-footed. They'll take the football, though, at the 31-yard line. And the clock says 21 seconds to go in the third period. Don't forget, we'll visit with Michael Brewer after the game, get his comments. Next week, the Aces are on the road at Olney. Back here in 2 weeks for KZ Westfield. Tigers are going to come out toe-to-toe again. They've got to try to establish something. Man in motion, and he gets the pitch, tries to dart back up the middle. Might have been Krippus. Let's just see if it was or not. Mark him at the 38.
That was Maddox Hutchings on the carry.
Yeah, Hutchings, okay. And not much. Call it 2 yards, maybe a long 2-3. So second down, Elliot Acree on the stop, and that does it for the third period. So Mount Carmel in control as we go to the final 12 minutes of action here in homecoming 2025. Here's a scoreboard look. Mount Carmel leads Paris 27-6. We're back with the fourth frame in 1 minute.
Are you ready for flu season? The Wabash County Health Department is proud to once again offer our drive-through flu shot clinic. Wednesday, October the 1st, from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Mount Carmel Public Utility Garage, located at 410 South Mulberry Street in Mount Carmel. For more information, or if you have questions, call the Wabash County Health Department at 618-263-3873. It's the drive-through flu shot clinic, Wednesday, October 1st.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Back here at Riverview Stadium, 27-6, Mount Carmel leading Paris. How about the updates around the conference? 28-20, Olney leads Newton, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Robinson pouring it on over Marshall. They lead at 34-12 in the third.
And we begin the fourth quarter here with a long downfield pass that's incomplete, overthrowing the receiver. It'll be second down for the Tigers.
Well, since the start of the third quarter, Braden Rogers through the air has completed 1 pass. He has thrown 6, and 1 of those was an interception. So through the air has not been effective in the second half for the Tigers, but really neither has the ground game. They have gained a total of 4 yards on the ground. Wow. 4 yards on the ground, 10 through the air. That's it for the third quarter and 6 seconds into the fourth for the Paris Tigers.
Now they break things up. Krippus goes wide to the right, receiver, or wide to the right, another receiver to the left, and there's a quarterback dumps it out of the backfield instead for Bardley, and he's dragged down and around the 33-yard line on the catch. Levi Bardley. Third down and about fourth down and about 6. So Paris tries to spread things out a little bit, open up and go to the air, and they just don't have a long throw. They either have a long throwing game or way underneath. There's just nothing in between, it looks like.
They don't seem to run a pass play, you're right, that is go find the first down mark and move the football. It just doesn't seem to exist in their playbook right now.
And they're going to give up the football.
Ooh.
And there is the kick. Nice kick. Fair catch called for at the 31-yard line. The catch made by Shane Metter, and Mount Carmel has the football there. The main goal now is just whittle that clock down and pick up win number 3, make it 3 in a row, and set the stage for next week. See if we can pull off a shocker.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be a big one, but Newton may be trying to steal our thunder a little bit right now. They would pull up a arguably maybe even bigger shocker if they can hang around in this game with Olney tonight. The Eagles are on the march for a potential game-tying score, but they're facing a fourth down in the red zone right now. We'll keep you posted on that.
Wow, how about that? And meanwhile, our defense is about ready to throw up the 4th consecutive, far less double or single-digit rushing opponents total for the year. I don't think we've ever had a team do that.
No, it's crazy, isn't it?
All right, there's a handoff. Ball carrier slides right, bumps off of one tackler and gets a couple more yards outside the 35 to the 41-yard line. That's Militoni on the carry, gain of about 5. Second down, yeah. that would be 4 in a row. And we can argue, well, Newton didn't run the ball, and Robinson didn't run the ball, and Effingham didn't run the ball. Okay, that's fine, but they did run the ball some. And we've held these kids, all these teams, 4 in a row. I mean, 3 of them in single digits.
Incredible.
That sounds like 1995 stuff.
Right.
You know? All right. It's second down and about 5 for the Aces. Dasher in the shotgun, hands it off. Ball carrier is repelled as he gets near the yard line. I think he gets a gain out of that, but not much. And it is Militoni again on the carry. Then progress to about the 41-yard line, third and about 2.
Give him 3 on the pickup as 3rd and 2, and here comes a wholesale change for the Aces. I think this is one of those heavy package kind of moments. I don't know if that's what we call it. That's what I call it. They'll line up in the eye here and power their way forward for a couple of yards and a first down.
Yep, 3-back eye. Under center, the quarterback, hands off, ball carrier. That's the tailback, Jackson Kling. And he pushes his way forward for that first down to the 45-yard line.
So Kling gets the yardage we need. He's the second time he's run that play tonight. And it's another 1st and 10 Pins Bowling Center first down for the Golden Aces with 9:32 to go in the game. And we've got a player down for Mount Carmel with another cramp, it looks like, for Mount Carmel. Let's see who that is. Is that Dasher again?
Well,
I'm not sure he was in on that last play, though.
Yeah, not sure. I don't think so.
Nope.
Nope, it's Jackson Kling.
All right.
And he's getting up and getting out under his own power, hobbling a little bit, maybe showing the signs of that cramp. But
who's supplying the bananas for the cramps this year? Because this is week 5. Let's go now.
Yeah.
It's not hot out there.
Yep.
Temperature in the 60s, week 5, and we're still cramping up out there. Come on now.
Oh, that's all. Well, that's okay. I guess you got to hear it when you're a young kid, too, to hydrate, because that's all we hear, we old people. You got to hydrate, got to hydrate. I never hydrated when I was young.
Well, partner, I don't know what happened in Newton, but the Tigers repelled Newton, and Olney's already scored. So it's 35-20 with 6.5 to go in the third.
Maybe they've dodged a little bullet tonight. Nice run this time with the quarterback, and breaks it almost, dives near the marker. What a second effort. That's River Dasher showing some power that time. Gets all the way to the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards and a first down.
I think the radio station keeps hanging up the phone on us back there, but how about Dasher? You're right. Drives forward and gets the yardage necessary for the first down.
So the line of scrimmage now, the Tiger 44, and well, if we haven't already, this would definitely be a put-away possession here. Aces go slot and wide out to the short side left. The wide out is Metter to the right. And here's Dasher in the shotgun. Hands it off to the setback, Acree. Runs to the right, runs up the middle, and plows his way near the first down marker again. We're eating things up now all the way to the 36 of Paris.
And that's Acree on the run. We're keeping an eye on his yardage as he gets 8 yards on the play. He's up to 49. I got to do math. I think his next carry is potentially going to put him over 2,000 yards. Unofficially, he's 3 yards shy.
Well, 2nd and 2. 3 give him the first down and the mark as well. And there he's got the carry, and he slides to the right, dodges back inside. Looks like he has it. Looks like he has 4 all the way to the 33-yard line. Move the chains. First down, Mount Carmel.
Elliot Acree, another 2,000-yard career rusher in the history of Mount Carmel. As he get the yards there to move the chains, a 4-yard carry, and yards now over 4 years out of the backfield for Elliot Acree. That's only counting rushing yards at this point for him.
And he's the second one in the conference this year to go over to the 2,000-yard mark, maybe not the last. So new set of downs for the Aces. They have Dasher alone in the backfield. He gives the pitch and trying to get some running room. Militoni's got some running room, and he's still going. Finally get pushed out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 24-yard line.
That'll be the biggest run of the night for Eki Militoni as He is going to be just short of the marker. I thought they were going to give him the first down. Krippus makes the stop. It's a 9-yard gain for Militoni. 2nd and 1 now for Mount Carmel, just outside the red zone.
The line of scrimmage is the Paris 22-yard line. Don't forget, we'll visit with Aces coach Michael Brewer after the game. Don't forget, next week, we head to Alney. 7 o'clock for the kick, 6 o'clock for the 1-hour pregame show. There's the jet sweep. Here comes Metter to this side, looking for running room and trying to get an edge and get to the first down marker. And let's see where they mark him. Looks like he made it by about a yard. Another first down for the Aces.
1st and 10 Pins Bowling Center. First down for the Aces. Setting up shop now inside the Big R Farm and Home red zone from the 23 all the way down to the 17. On the jet sweep goes Shane Metter for the first down.
Score was 21-6 at halftime. Just one score in the third period. Now the Aces bidding to put things away with this one. 2 receivers to the short side, 1 to the right. And there's Dasher looking over the sidelines. Maybe get a go call from the coaches, I guess. Maybe watching the clock. And meanwhile, sliding to the left is Acre looking for running room. Darts up the middle towards the 5 and gets inside that mark to the 4. Nice run by Elliott Acree, 13 yards, and 1st and goal now for the Aces.
Well, if it wasn't a 2,000-yard carry the last time, it is now for Elliott Acree. His largest run of the night goes for 14, adding on to his total in the 2,000-yard career rushing club. 1st and goal for the Aces at the 3-yard line.
Aces going right to left, so bidding for another touchdown. They will be their 5th of the night. And here's Dasher, shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Goes up the right side, or did he? No, he handed it off.
I think we lost the ball.
We did.
Fumbled it away.
He just lost the ball on the way in on the right side. Did Paris recover then?
They did. It's our second fumble of the day, and a bad snap to go along with it. 2 fumbles lost by the Aces offense, and Paris will start inside their own 5 at the 4-yard line, it appears. Maybe the 3. But the Aces denied the score with a turnover there. They'll call it at the 3-yard line, 1st and 10, as Paris has 97 yards to travel.
And already trailing 27-6. It's a tough spot here. They have not been able to run all night against this, and this time they go right in the middle and maybe get a yard. It's hard to tell where they're going to mark the football. Let's see who gets up off that stack. And it is,
they called 45, maybe Eli Blair.
Yeah.
Go with their bigger back in Blair, who maybe gets 2 on the play.
Yeah, called the 5-yard line. 2nd down.
A little bit more breathing room, but still way back deep there.
And 5:35 to go on this one, so we're kind of playing out the string, but Paris is trying to get it out of a tough jam here. And now another stack up over left guard this time. And maybe a couple of yards to the 7-yard line.
That's Blair again.
Well, Easker chunking along at 2nd down. A 3rd down now and about 5.
Now I think if you're Paris, this is where you go from something a little bit more risky, a little bit more to the edge here. I don't think they're going to be able to run that play again and get 5 yards.
Again, they go toe-to-toe.
Don't jump, and we just did.
I think. They drew us off.
Yep.
Now Carmel was chomping at the bit, trying to get in, and they overreached and crossed the plane.
Now, interesting when they moved this, is it a first down? Because it's really close.
And
I don't think they want to measure, so they're going to say first down.
Yeah. Make it easy. Well, we hope everybody from out of town, from around the country, alums of Mount Carmel High School, hope you're having a good weekend, and thanks for coming out to the game tonight. Hope you enjoy yourself, the tours tomorrow, the golf course, whatever is going on. And a throw out here to the edge is incomplete. Paris wants a pass interference call. There is a flag down.
Is there a flag?
Yes, yep, there is a flag.
Really? But that was pretty well defended.
I don't know if that was Wiggins out there or not.
It was Wiggins.
Yeah, so they may call it on the Aces. If so, it'll be a first down.
They say pass interference. From where we sit, that's a pretty tough call. I thought Wiggins defended pretty well. Looked like he got there right as the ball arrived, but nonetheless, pass interference against the Aces. Penalties mounting up on us again here tonight a little bit. Not as bad as in some weeks in the past, but it is a first down for Paris after the penalty.
And now we have the quarterback alone in the shotgun. Rogers wants to throw, does wing it out to the left side. The pass is incomplete on the flats. Second down. And the clock stops with 4:36 left.
Well, that's the 16th pass attempt for Paris tonight.
Wow.
Coming in. They
only had 26 all year.
26 all season. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we got them out of their preferred option and forced them to go to the air. So check that first goal off for the Aces for the night. We'll have a chance to visit with Michael Brewer. And I know we want to talk about how successful they were again, forcing the Tigers out of it. But, boy, the other topic is River Dasher and how much he has improved as a runner in just a couple of weeks' time.
No doubt.
And now another throw, left side. The pass is caught, but it kind of a
going the wrong way.
Yeah, kind of a hook play. And by the time you turn around and get back, let's see where they mark his progress because he's going backwards.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be 3rd and 11.
And he brought that ball back after the catch to try to find running room. So they marked him all the way back at the 27-yard line. He was up around the 33 when he caught that ball.
I think that was Krippus. So a completion for a loss.
So as it is, it'll be 3rd down and about 11.
Shane Metter makes the stop. By the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 6th completion in 17 attempts for Paris. 2 of the pass completions were from minus yards.
And here's Rogers in the shotgun. And Aces are in on him. He's flushed out of the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete on the little crossing pattern.
There's a flag down back near the line of scrimmage.
Brody Bishop was the intended receiver. Nice ad lib by him to see his quarterback in trouble. He went to that side and tried to keep himself open. Just couldn't get the ball to him.
And we'll await the penalty word here.
Well, Paris opened the season with a 57-0 victory over North Vermilion of Indiana, a team that had gone 9-2 the year before.
It was a hold on Paris was the penalty, which we declined, and now it's 4th down, and they'll punt it away here.
Well, Paris has had some moments. They put a lot of points up on the board. They're 2nd in the conference in scoring average. Olney averages over 51 a game. Paris is 2nd.
Now, before tonight, Paris's lowest scoring total was 30 in a loss to Marshall. 30.
There's the snap. Nice kick.
Oh, boy,
nobody back for the Aces. This could bounce forever. Luckily, it doesn't take much of a bounce, about a 5-yard add-on, and Mount Carmel will start back at their own 30-yard line. Well, the goal here is let's just keep the ball and salt the time off the clock. 3:31 left in this one. Mount Carmel headed for the win. They lead 27-6.
Well, surprise, surprise, Olney is a second-half team again. It's now 43-26. Olney leading Newton. 5:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. They have scored a lot of points in a hurry in the 3rd quarter. Still 34-18. Robinson over Marshall in the 3rd. Last chance. Our last look at that score we saw.
Interesting, though. They're kind of getting away with a little bit. I mean, they have a very, very good ball club, but they keep kind of settling for second-half efforts after opponents aren't afraid to play with them for a while, but they just wear them down too much. So now we've got a timeout on the field. So timeouts are brought to you by Country Financial agent Tia Morgan. Clock stopped, 3:31 to go. Aces headed for the win. They lead 27-6. Back in 30.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Along with Kyle Peach, I'm Scott Allen. It's been a pleasure joining you on this homecoming night. Thanks for joining us here tonight, whether it's on WSJD or News Channel 15. We are playing out the string in this one. Mount Carmel headed for its 3rd straight win, an impressive defensive effort against the Paris Tigers, a high-flying ball club. 27-6. It's been shutdown mode all night against the Tigers.
Yeah, no doubt. The Aces defense has pitched a great game here tonight. 1 score allowed, but very few yards.
And there is Mount Carmel on the attack this time. Aces go from right to left. And for the Aces on the carry that time, that's Meki Militoni on the carry. Short gain of 1, 2nd and 9. You know, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I mean, as we've gotten better and we keep holding opponents to just nothing on offense, you know, you start to feel like, and the way we look tonight, we look more regular tonight, like Aces of old, and gives you a little room now to dream a little bit, to think big, you know, for the future. We've got Olney next week. Why not, right?
So say big comes next week, doesn't it, on the road at Olney?
Yeah, and it really won't stop even then. We got Casey and then Marshall, too. So a nice big run there for the Aces for a first down across the 40 to the
River
41.
Dasher.
Nice run by Dasher. But this kind of performance has at least given us the luxury for the first time this year to feel like maybe, you know?
No doubt.
I don't think we've been at that point this year.
Right.
I think we are now. So let's see if we can come through.
You always want to play your best game the last game. And I think Michael Brewer would probably agree that we've played our best game of the year tonight.
Yeah, we really haven't made too many mistakes up front. We've had a couple of penalties, but we've been flagged a lot in the first few weeks. And granted, we did get a personal foul today, but most of that is getting cleaned up. There's a handoff, ball carrier. Oh, gets out of a stack and gets almost a first down, if not across midfield at the 48.
Guess who?
Nice run.
Acree.
Yeah, nice run by the big man to break out of that little scrum and give him the first down to the 47. Clock stops. We're down to 1. Now it's rolling again. Good. We're down to 1:52 to go. And the Aces will be 3-2 above 500 for the first time this year. And I thought this game might have had the makings of it. I think we talked about trap game, upset special, but I thought that last week too.
Yeah.
And because Newton had such a passing game, and that went nowhere. And tonight, the Tigers have just not had the ability to stay with us. There's a flag down as Acree, well, now another flag down as Acree rolls to the right side. It's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Jack Webb is down on the turf near where one flag was. The other was near the line, which would indicate a hold if we're talking about the same flags. We'll find out if there are 2 flags on the play or just the one. Holding against the Aces, and no other flag or no other mention of a second penalty, so it'll be a 1st and 20 for the Aces back across midfield at the 43.
So clock stops, 1:24 left in this one.
You know, it's really unfortunate that River Dasher gets tagged with that bad snap 20-yard loss toward his rushing game, because without it, he'd be over 200 yards tonight. 184 yards on the ground, 19 carries for the Aces QB. A little interesting here. Both teams up at the line. We're not really huddling up here.
Well, the play clock still says 25. So we will probably not take a snap before that.
Yeah, there we go. We're just milking the clock down. And I think we'll probably kneel it out here, won't we?
I would think so. Clock inside a minute now. We're down to 54 seconds to go on this one. Paris will fall to 3-2. There's the advantage of playing. So the conference was so impressive in those first 2 weeks of the season, piling up as many wins as they did, because that's going to help a lot of teams now that conference warfare is beginning. So Paris, tough loss here, but luckily they went 2-0 in non-conference play, so they still got 3 wins. Down to 30 seconds to go, and I don't think we need to take a snap out.
Nope.
It looks like about a half-second differential, so that, in fact, we're not even going to worry about it because the team's already lined up, and they're ready to come out and greet one another. So there you go, Mount Carmel. After a interesting start, Mount Carmel finally got untracked in the second quarter. Once they got loose, they kept going. They scored 21 points in the second quarter after a scoreless first quarter, and then poured it on in the second half. Only needed 1 score and has spent the rest of the time salting time off the clock. And there you have it. That's the horn. This homecoming game is over, and Mount Carmel has won it The final look of the night at the Jade Investment and Financial Advisor Tim Phillips scoreboard. Mount Carmel 27 and Paris 6. We're back with the post-game show, including a visit with Mount Carmel coach Michael Brewer. That's next. Keep it here.
Wabash Valley College and the Wabash Valley Arts Council kick off this year's Performing Arts Series with a special road performance by country legend Dotsy in Albion, September 28th. Dotsy of Hee Haw, the Porter Wagner Show, and RFD TV will perform in the special performance at the Edwards County Fairgrounds Exhibition Hall, Sunday, September 28th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $15 and available by phone at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR code on your screen.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school, and today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here, and so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
My name is Alexis Johnson. I'm from Brookston, Indiana, and I'm in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Wabash Valley College. Some of the hands-on activities we have in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program is we work on each other, getting that practice in the school setting, and then we also go to clinicals. We go out and work on actual patients with actual employees and just getting hands-on with your patients. After graduating, I plan on going back to my community, working in a hospital setting, maybe a nursing home, and just helping those people around me.
Mount Carmel a winner here tonight on homecoming night at the Riverview Stadium. The Snake Pit, the Aces defeat the Paris Tigers 27-6. The game started out on a rather ominous note. Mount Carmel coughed up the football after two scrimmage plays. Paris had the ball deep in Mount Carmel territory twice in the first period and did not produce any points. We handed them two golden opportunities and they could not deliver, and that kind of set the tone for the night. Mount Carmel finally got on track in the second quarter, scoring 3 times in that second frame and rolling on from there, 27-6. In a moment, Kyle will have the stats, and I'm dying to hear the number of how many yards Paris got on the ground, because it's got to be an anemic total. They struggled all night long. Had to go to the air far more than they want to do and have done to produce anything, and they did get points in the end. Mount Carmel opened the scoring a 35-yard pass play from the quarterback dasher to Shane Metter. Completed a 99-yard 10-play drive. Mount Carmel led 7-0. Elliott Acre added a 3-yard run at the 6:32 mark of the second quarter, making it 14-0. Then Olney hit the scoreboard. No, excuse me, I should say Paris looking at it. And Paris hit the scoreboard with a pass from Rogers to Rogers, an 11-yard flip. Let's see, that went from Drew to Braden or Braden to Drew. I almost forgot here.
Braden to Drew.
From Braden to Drew. There we go. However, the point after no good. It was 14-6. Mount Carmel added points on a 40-yard run by River Dasher with 41 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wiggins' kick made it 21-6. Aces scored in the third period a 2-yard run by Shane Metter. Ended a 52-yard drive. And that's your final, 27-6. Michael Brewer and the Aces still talking as a group down there, and we'll have him in just a couple minutes.
Here's a look at your stats in this one. Mount Carmel finishes the night with 432 yards of total offense, holding Paris to just 88 yards in total offense. Leading the way for Mount Carmel, these are unofficial stats. Eki Militoni, beg your pardon, 7 carries, 31 yards. Chase Wiggins, a carry for -2. Shane Metter, 4 carries, 17 yards and a touchdown. Elliott Acre, 14 carries, 78 yards and a score. He goes over 2,000 career rushing yards tonight. River Dasher, the sophomore quarterback, 19 carries, 184 yards, and a touchdown. And remember, he had a 20-yard loss on a bad snap that he gets credited for falling back on that. Otherwise, he'd be over 200 yards tonight on the ground. Jackson Kling, 2 carries, 19 yards and a score for 327 total rushing yards for the Aces. River Dasher didn't miss a beat passing tonight. A perfect 7 of 7 through the air, 105 yards and a touchdown. Receptions for the Aces, Eki Militoni 1 for -1. Shane Metter 4 for a total of 74 yards and a touchdown. Jack Webb 2 catches for 32 yards tonight for the Aces. Rushing the football, Paris gets 61 total yards. That's it by my count. Carter Krippus had 9 carries for 40 yards. Dawson Rogers had 7 carries for 4 yards, and Eli Blair had 4 carries for 15 yards. Hutchings came in, 1 carry for 2 yards. So Paris, 21 carries for 61 yards. Braden Rogers was the quarterback tonight. He threw the ball 17 times. He completed 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. 6 of 17. 1 touchdown, 1 interception for 27 yards in total passing tonight. Dawson Rogers caught a pass for a touchdown and 11 yards. Garrett Rigdon a catch for 10. Brody Bishop a catch for -2. Carter Krippus a catch for -1. And Bartley had 2 catches for 9 yards. Looking at scores around the area, last update, how about this? Marshall storming back against Robinson. It was a 27-6 game at halftime. Robinson in front. It's now a 1-possession game. 34-26. Robinson still with a lead by 8 in the 4th. The other game, Olney and Newton, a 1-point game at halftime. Olney has pushed the lead out to 43-32 over Newton. That's still in the 3rd quarter. Correction, make it 49-34 with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter in Newton tonight. The Lawrenceville-Casey game in the LIC is tomorrow afternoon. In the Black Diamond, Fairfield leading Carmi big in the 4th, 44-0. Hamilton County and El Dorado in a dogfight there. El Dorado leading Hamco 26-23 in the 4th. Johnston City leading Flora 38-20 in the 4th. And last night, it was Red Hill over Edwards County 30-0. Here's the coach.
Aces coach Michael Brewer will join us now after his team is victorious tonight over Paris. The final there is 27-6. Coach, thank you very much. Well, you talked about it on your pregame show. River Dasher and how much he's only been a starter 5 years. He's 5 games. He's a sophomore. It's going to take a while for that light bulb to go off, but man alive, he's grown as a runner dramatically.
Yeah.
He showed it off tonight.
Yep, and I think I don't know where it was. I think it was at Boosters this week. Somebody asked me, what's one thing that is gone better or different than you expected? And I never intended to run River the way we're running him, but right now I think he's right now he's one of our best runners, if not the best runner. He can score when he gets out in the open. He's fast enough to do that. He's a physical runner. He finishes his runs hard. He's done an excellent job. He threw the ball well tonight. He completed the things we needed him to complete. And so I thought he did an excellent job with that, and he played really well.
And then other than that, what a job by the defense. Paris could do nothing. I mean, this is a high-scoring offense. They just they've only thrown the ball 26 times all year, and I think they threw the ball 17 or 18 times tonight against us because they had to.
Yeah, so that was the deal. They're doing that foot-to-foot offense, and a lot of the teams they've played, they've been able to get a consistent 4 yards, and so we talked about that too. Can we get a no gain? Can we hold them for a -1 and get them out of those situations? They want to stay ahead of the sticks, right? That's kind of what we were last year. We didn't want to get in 3rd and 8. That was not what we were made for. And so that's the same thing here. So we were able to get some stops, right, and not give up any yards on 1st or 2nd down and keep them in those 3rd and 8s. And now they got to throw it. And I think too in the second half, our kids did a good job of just outlasting them, right? So in this game there was a bunch of people playing both ways, and our kids had a little bit more juice there at the end, right? And I think in that offense too, as you get tired, if you're not winning that battle, it gets tough.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, at some point we look up and we just looked more confident, more. I don't know what it was about our demeanor, or maybe it was just watching Dasher run like that. It felt like now we've got room to dream a little bit about where we can take this season, when it seems like maybe we were frustrated by penalties and things before. It just seemed like we were cutting loose loose a little bit.
So the biggest thing that I am proud of the kids for is how we handled that rough start, because offensively it was ugly there at the beginning. We had some snap issues. We had we weren't blocking anything correctly. We didn't get the front we expected. So that was giving us fits, and the kids just played through it. And we talk about that all the time, that, you just got to move to the next play regardless of what happens, whether it's good or bad. And it really took us a couple of series there to get straightened out what we wanted to do, and communicate to the guys we needed to communicate on the sideline, and make the adjustment. So that's something we talk about a lot, and I thought they handled just perfectly, and just kept playing. Next play, and we got it fixed.
Well, Coach, here we go. We knew this was coming on the schedule. It's back-to-back, Olney and Casey. What about the Tigers first, man? They've lived a charmed life at time. They had their hands full of first half again tonight from Newton, and now they're starting to pull away a little bit in the second half. But Lawrenceville led them for a while in the second quarter. I mean, there's something about them, but they're such a good team. They can wear anybody down.
Well, the Cawthorn kid is just he's different. He's the fastest kid, the quickest kid on the field all the time, and he's tough to get his hands on. So I haven't seen a lot of film or anything on them. It'll be interesting to see how they're using him now, and I'm sure it's a lot like it was last year. But you can know what they're going to do with him, and good luck. It's tough to get a hand on him. So he is quick and he is fast. So he'll be a challenge for sure.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Nice win, and now let's on the road, and here we go. We knew this was part of the schedule we were looking forward to, so now we get our shot.
Yep, can't wait. We're looking forward to it.
All right, Coach. Congratulations.
Right. Thanks.
That is Aces coach Michael Brewer. His club winner tonight, 27-6, are on homecoming night 2025, and the Aces next go to Olney. For week 6 of the prep season, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. 1-hour pregame show begins at 6 next Friday night. Congratulations to the Aces. Congratulations to our homecoming queen and court tonight, and thanks for coming to Mount Carmel for your homecoming weekend, wherever you've come from for this weekend. I hope you enjoy your stay this weekend, and have you back here next year. The next time we get together in 2 weeks, Casey Westfield is in town, and it's our Hall of Fame weekend. We'll have the induction class for 2025, a lot of great coach and athlete names from the past, and Mount Carmel will be honored, not just here at the stadium, but also at the post-game reception at Stymie's as well, too. All right. Thank you very much for being with us. And while Kyle and the coach here look through, we're watching.
We were looking the scores and checking out the Olney game there.
That's right.
It's a